From McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks football. Big game tonight, of course, Collingwood and Fremantle here at the MCG. Looking after the forwards for the Pies is Hayden Skipworth. He joins us now on Triple M Football. Hayden, welcome to you.
Thanks for having us on, guys.
What's the big priority tonight for the Pies?
Obviously to start in the middle, to win enough ball going forward. They're obviously a good front half team as well as us. So once we get in there, apply lots of pressure, hopefully we can kick straight as well. That'd help.
Talk about how crucial the midfield battle is. No Taylor Adams tonight. Hayden, how do you sort of adjust with the midfield? Is there anyone different that maybe get a run through there?
Yeah, so we brought in Trent Bianco. He'll chop out through the wings and high forward. So that'll potentially give us side, bottom and Dacos at times in through there. And obviously Lipinski and DeGoey played forward a bit last week as well. So they'll chop out through there as well. So, yeah, we're hoping Trent can play a role in the wing and high forward and allow those other guys to go inside.
Hayden, do you expect Fremantle will really try and go slow, possess the ball tonight, deny you the opportunity to go quick and play that chaos footy that you guys like to? I think the tempo tonight is going to be such an interesting part of this game. How do you try and control or disrupt that slow play game that they'll go with?
Yeah, I think you're spot on. We want a live game. They probably want a delayed game. So our ability to take away those shorts, force them long, force it back into a contest, I think is going to be really important, especially in our front half, which is where they probably tend to go a little bit slower. So if our forwards can take away their shorts and mids can pop in front and we can force that ball live again, I think that's our game tonight.
Yeah, so Hayden, just with the Dockers, and defensively they're so strong. I know with the ball, but when you look at their talls, you got Lukey Ryan, Cox and Pearce. And then you got the runner at the back of Clark. And how are you going to handle them? Is that the biggest threat for them, how they hold their position? Or how are you going to work your way through them to kick a winning score?
Yeah, we need to equalise Ross. We can't leave Ryan free, especially. So ability to support our defence once they've got the ball. But as soon as we win, we've got to explode back forward and equalise their numbers. Last time when we got in that sort of launch pad zone, we really slowed it up. They got a lot of numbers back. So we allowed our mids, wingers, rucks to get in so we could actually contain that front half ball. So, yeah, I think it's knowing when to go fast, knowing when to go slow. We did get them up high last time and got some speed out the back played Hoskin, Elliott, these guys a bit deeper, and that seemed to work as well. So we'll look at that throughout the game as well, Ross.
And how did you review the forward line last week, Hayden? Obviously, it looked like during the week showed some clips, just left some goals on the table, really, just not being able to finish the good work upfield. How have you reviewed that with the forward group this week, and how can you improve that tonight?
Yeah, I think the positive was we created opportunities against a really good defensive team. So that was a positive. The RFI obviously finishing our work. We spoke about some best shot mentality, not having wide, long shots, which probably contributed to some early points. We had a lot of momentum early and probably could have not put them away, but made it harder for them to get back in the game than what it was. So, yeah, we spoke about scoring the ball up or long shots, going into long shot play. So hopefully we can execute that tonight and get some better shots on goal.
Okay, Hayden, the one thing you can't measure, and I've been watching the Pies, had the privilege of watching their pressure. Last week, I haven't seen a game for a long time that's gone from the first second to the last second, right? And you expend it in your pressure, and you're a pressure-based team. So the one variable, and the one I would pick the Pies, but I think at some point, if the pressure comes off, Fremantle, as you alluded to earlier, can control the game and delay the game. And what's your perception of the group, like the recovery? You're getting them to their line where they can deliver. What's your take? And I know it's hard to answer. How have you done it so well? And is there any concern from your end at some point, hang on, we just might roll up without that energy?
Yeah, well, I spoke to Fly about it at half time. I was like, Fly, I don't think we can sustain what we're providing at the moment pressure-wise. But we had the 2 weeks off leading in, Ross, so that was probably why we could contain the pressure for so long. So, there'll be times in this game we're going to have to take the air out of the game and control the ball, so it's not just manic all the time. But it's our staple, it's our strength. We've been able to hold up consistently well throughout the year, so I've got no doubt we can run out the game and keep pressuring as much as we can. We've just got to find our moments within the game to take a breath.
Speaking to Collingwood assistant coach Hayden Skipworth. Hayden, what about Geordie DeGoey? So he's got a stinger, a grade 1 AC strain. No doubt he'd be coming into this feeling a little bit tender. We know he's a very physical player. Is there any sort of expectation that Fremantle could try and target him a little bit? And do you discuss your options and any sort of protection of him if it does go down that path?
No, he's fit to play, so whatever they serve up, they serve up. So he'll get some local in it to numb the pain, and as soon as that's done, he should be fine.
Hayden, just one last one before we go. As I drove in today, I see Ginnivan coming in, and he's almost doing handstands as he comes down the ramp over from the ground, and then he goes out on the ground. He's warming up in a scarf, a Collingwood scarf. He's an unusual customer.
He's a showman like you, BT. So.
Appreciate your time, Hayden. Good on you. Good luck.
No worries. Thanks, guys.
Hayden Skipworth, the forwards coach for the Magpies.
Can I ask a question of you guys? Does Fremantle target Jordan De Goey tonight? Physically, has he got the target on his shoulder, Ross?
I think you just say if the opportunity presents to drive, get hold of that shoulder. But you don't make it a focus outside of that. Look, finals are physical games anyway. Tackling's full on.
Never known you to be fair, Ross.
Surely. I don't know, Joey. Would I highlight that pre-game?
You might maybe mention it to Stevie Baker or someone. Just let him know. But no, I think it'll be all fair. I mean, if there's an opportunity, legitimately they will. But I don't think they're going to go out of their way to try and target his shoulder. No.
What I loved about Skipworth there, sometimes you get coaches on from other clubs, but it was clear. We put the pressure on.
Yep.
They'll delay. We need to equalise. We need to hold. We need to drive. So to me, if your assistant coaches have got great clarity, it flows onto what you're seeing on the field. There was no, I'm not sure. He was really great clarity. I really liked what I heard. So it's just flowing through the players and all the coaches at the minute.
Plenty more to come on Triple M football tonight. The big game here at the MCG. We're about 20 or 30 minutes away from getting underway. It is Collingwood and the Fremantle Dockers. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks football.
The Triple M footy preview for the all-new Stealth Driver from TaylorMade with a 60-layer carbon face that delivers unparalleled distance and forgiveness.
For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's.
Triple M rocks footy.
Hi, it's Marty Sheargold. Right now, Triple M rocks footy, and we're back on Monday, and at 8:30 we'll wrap up the round with Scott Pendlebury.
Scott Pendlebury with us. My son does Auskick. He comes off and they don't even play a match, but he tells me I kicked 3 goals, Louis kicked 2.
Yeah, they know.
Sammy kicked 4.
Oh, yeah, they know for sure.
If they just bloody put a scoreboard up, he wouldn't have to do all this. But good for his maths.
He'd be exhausted.
The Marty Sheargold Show. Weekdays from 6 on Melbourne's 105.1 Triple M.
You are out of beer. Fridge.
Ha, lucky I'm headed to Bottle Mart.
Legend, can you grab a 30-pack of Great Northern Super Crisp for $49.99?
Bonus camping gear with every case, I'll get 2.
And grab your choice of Bombay Sapphire Gin, Jack Daniel's Whiskey, or Chivas Regal 12-year-old 700ml, also just $49.99.
Will do. I'll also grab a bottle of Pepperjack wine. Selected bottles just $19.99.
Yummo.
Terms and conditions apply. 1 hour delivery available in selected areas. Just download our app. Catalogue specials out now at bottlemart.com.au.
When you've got to keep your business rolling, do it with Statewide Bearings. They're Australia's leading supplier of bearing supplies and services and power transmission products, including the entire Gates Australia premium range of problem-solving gear. We're talking Predator and Polychain carbon belts, the Power Grip GT4 and Quad Power 4 power bands. Find the full Gates Australia problem-solving range and keep your business rolling at your local Statewide Bearings branch or visit statewidebearings.com.au. Global solutions, local service.
Listen up, everybody. Kogan Mobile's award-winning prepaid prices just got even better. You can get started with Kogan Mobile for just $2.90 for 30 days. That comes with unlimited calls, unlimited texts, plus a big 20 gig of data. There's no hidden costs, just amazing value with no bill shock. Thousands of Aussies have been making the switch to Kogan Mobile thanks to the quick and easy activation. So make the call. Switch to Kogan Mobile from just $2.90 for the first 30 days at koganmobile.com.au.
Hi, Rodney Jane here. At Bob Jane T-Marts, get spring holiday savings. Buy 3 tyres and get the 4th absolutely free. Plus, up to $150 instant cash back on trusted tyre brands like Bridgestone, Yokohama, Goodyear, BF Goodrich, Michelin, Zenon and Motorsport X. Alloy wheels from only $125 and tyres from just $69. All with our best tyre price guarantee. We'll look after you.
T's and C's apply.
Australia's newest rewards program, The Gem, is giving one lucky person the shopping spree of a lifetime. You could win a luxury shopping spree in Melbourne worth $50,000 at Chadstone Shopping Centre, the fashion capital. If you're not one to shop, you could also win a custom Ducati, also valued at $50,000. And everyone wins with access to Gem Rewards with exclusive offers from Australia's most popular retailers. Head to thegem.com to become a member today. T's and C's apply.
G'day, Adam Gilchrist here. Treating people fairly has always been important to me, both on and off the field, which is why I'm a big fan of homeloans.com.au. Their Fair Go guarantee means all customers, not just new ones, get automatically upgraded to the best rate available for their particular home loan. Guaranteed. Can't get much fairer than that. So, say no thanks to the big banks. Get the best end of Fair Go at homeloans.com.au. T's, C's and credit criteria apply.
Legends making legends at Builders Academy.
Campbell Brown here with Andrew Shea, the CEO of Builders Academy. For those already experienced, what can Builders Academy offer?
Thanks, Brownie. If you have a number of years' experience in the building and construction industry, we can help you via a process called recognition of prior learning. We gather evidence of your knowledge, skills and experience and help you pathway towards gaining a nationally recognised qualification. Chat with one of our team on 1300 Legend. That's 1300 Legend.
Thanks, Andrew. Get in touch with Builders Academy on 1300 Legend.
Legends making legends at Builders Academy.
RTO 21583.
Thanks, mate. Excuse me, lads. Sorry.
Ah, the 6-beer carry across a crowded pub.
Hey, we made it!
Unbelievable. Grab a furphy with your mates this footy finals.
Shut up!
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for Pepper Jack Wine. Crack open a wine with a character to match. Pepper Jack. When character counts. 18 plus only. Drink responsibly.
For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks football at the MCG. Both sides out on the ground here. No late changes, and it will be Carmichael as the sub for Collingwood and Banfield as the sub for the Fremantle Dockers. Ross Lyon is here. Joey Montagna are here sitting in the special comments chairs. Ash Tura is here. Jay-Z Clark, and of course arriving right now, James Brayshaw. A very good afternoon and welcome to you.
Nice to be here, Brian. I was very interested listening to the pre-match.
What,
Loved
you get
it.
held up in the traffic or something?
Got held up in the traffic, but I loved what I heard. I heard you talking about getting a clip from Ross. I'd never actually got one. I do remember being at the, I think it was at Subi Oval, waiting for Ross to come out as a coach. I had to do an on-ground interview. And we were held up for about 40 seconds.
Ooh.
And Roscoe looked at me and he said, "You haven't given me a clip, have you?" I said, "Ross, I've been very good." And he went, "Good." And then we started the interview, and I'll never ever forget it. He sort of the look on his face was like, "I'm not sure if you have or not, so I'm just going to ask the question." I always did Triple M. The other mob will shut them down quick.
Red Z Lending Stats. Ash, good afternoon and welcome to you on this big occasion.
Yeah, afternoon, BT. Well, the last time Freo played a final at the G was the 2013 grand final, of course, when Ross was coaching the Dockers. They're only playing their fourth final at this very venue. But you look at their away record this year for the Dockers. Away from home, 7 wins, 1 draw, and only a couple of losses. In Melbourne, they've only lost 1 from 7.
That's good.
Just a couple of concerns, though, BT, with the Dockers over the past 7 rounds. 17th in attack, only averaging 69 points per game. And the past 3 matches, in regards to their first quarters, they've been outscored by 49 points. They've only won 1 out of their past 6 first terms. And David Mundy, he plays in his 16th final, which is a club record. He eclipses Matthew Pavlich and Aaron Sandilands. He's been very consistent. His past 12 finals, racking up 25 disposals and 6 clearances.
Red Z Lending Loans for the self-employed. Let's get downstairs for Bob Jane T-Marts. Jay-Z.
Thank you, Brian. Absolutely beautiful conditions down here at ground level. Barely a breeze, just maybe a slight breeze to the right side, but no rain forecast tonight, so should be nice and clear. Just interesting, we spoke about Jordan De Goey before, of course. He got that grade 1 AC strain last week as the midfield and the centre stoppage crew just went through their paces then for Collingwood. He was largely forward going through his goal-kicking routine, so not sure if I'm reading too much into that as he lines up for goal again at the moment. Whether he potentially, with this shoulder issue, may be spending more time forward tonight. Trent Bianco comes into the team. Expect Jamie Elliott, still side bottom. Jack Crisp
to absorb some of his on-ball minutes. But there's no doubt Jordan De Goey will be a massive story tonight. He was outstanding against the Cats last weekend.
Bob Jane Team Masters, look after you. Buy 3, get 1 free, plus instant cash back on top tyre brands. Call 13 26 25 or order online today, bobjane.com.au. Now, Seabus super special comments, making hard work pay off. Joey Montagna and Ross Lyon are going to have a look at this game. Guys, what do you think?
Yeah, well, certainly it's an interesting matchup. You've got control versus chaos, and Collingwood have the more balanced game on the numbers, basically 7th and 7 and 8 ranking, attack and defence, and we know they're a counter-punch team and go quick. Whereas the Dockers, but Collingwood's weakness is centre square bounce. I think the Dockers have a real opportunity there with Sean Darcy and I think Brayshaw and Sarong to put them under some pressure and get in the front half. The Dockers are a front half team. They score. Quarter of their scores come from getting in the front half, creating turnovers and scoring. They're quite conservative with the ball. They don't like, even when they turn it over in their defence, they don't get scored heavily against. So they build it up. They like to either through stoppage or conservative ball movement, get it into the inside 50, and then their small forwards, Switowski, Schultz, Walters, get to work, and Fredericks, and that impressive turnover last week. And they rely on accurate goal kicking. They'll build it up. They'll take lob in percentage spots that might seem lower, but if they turn it over, they don't get counterpunched. So I'm interested here. I think if Collingwood can bring the energy they brought last week, and we heard Skipworth, he was a bit concerned even last week. He said to Fly, we can't keep these heat up for the full game, even though they did. I think the Dockers' edge is in the midfield. I think Adams is a big loss. I think De Goey, that Jay-Z just mentioned, mightn't go through the midfield as much with that AC. I think the Dockers have an edge in class and ruck advantage in the midfield if Mundy gets to work, if Brayshaw gets to work, and Sarong. And I think Akers can match Dacos on the wing. I think they could get this done today, but Collingwood, if they don't bring the heat, I think they could be in trouble.
Just unusual, Joe. Is it not unusual to see 2 Fremantle Docker players getting rubs, one on the hamstring, and or in fact both on hamstrings this late?
Yeah, it is slightly unusual. It looks like it's Jordan Clark and Luke Ryan, I think. Yeah. One getting his groin, one getting his hammy. That could be a little bit of nervousness too, BT. In a warm-up, you're hypersensitive to everything, and you think, oh, maybe I'm just a little bit tighter than usual.
And some of those warm-ups are long, right?
Yeah.
Lukey Ryan's, you're pretty casual character. You'd be like, this isn't for me. I know how to play. Give me a stretch.
You know what? Maybe 5 more minutes of treatment while the physio's free might be good. But yeah, look, everyone's just getting ready. I'm sure they will be fine. But under Ross's point, I do think Fremantle have the slight advantage in class in the midfield, but they have to absorb Collingwood's pressure. That has been their one wood all year, and in particular late in the season and their final last week. They will bring the heat. Fremantle, we know, love to flick the ball around by hand. If they can absorb Collingwood's pressure, I think they're in this game. But if they don't handle it, like they didn't against the Western Bulldogs early last week, they could be on the back foot and they could be doing a lot of defending against this Collingwood side. So I just want to see early if they can absorb and handle the pressure. I think they'll get better as the game goes on.
We did speak to Justin Longmuir on Triple M earlier today, who admitted their last 2 road trips, they've started horribly.
Yeah, well, you've got to get out. And we used to talk about, we had Gordon Tallis come in from the Broncos, and he used to say, and he come in and he said, we're at the Broncos, we play in a state, silence the crowd. He used to say, take them to deep water early and drown them, right? And so he was an aggressive man. We used to talk about that. I think they need to start well to take out the crowd here as best they can.
Just watching BT, Josh Fraser and Mason Cox doing some lane work. Yep. They have finished it now, but they were doing it. And Arch, one of the oldest floor managers in television and entertainment, was right in the middle of the lane.
Yeah, and
Arch.
And Mason Cox had to jump over the cord
Get
every
off
time.
the ground. You don't need to be out there.
Oh, no.
It'll be interesting to see if Griffin Logue plays as a bit of a defensive forward, maybe on Jeremy Howe, or potentially even if he can get the matchup on Darcy Moore and limit their influence, or whether Griffin Logue just plays as a third tall forward and they try and go through him because he is a good athlete. Ross, be interesting to see the tactical battle, whether we don't think either team will tag in the midfield, but whether they do something behind the ball with some of the players.
I think it's a key to the battle, like how they're going to handle Moore and Howe and Murphy's roll-off and then the bounce out. If they can't equalise and their entries are under pressure, we know that's where Collingwood generate their excitement, their counter-punch, and that's where they bring the crowd in. I think Collingwood have got the same issue at the other end.
Yep.
So it's whichever team can put enough pressure on to allow their backs to excel and set up their attack.
All right, so the players just coming over now to line up for the process here and the ceremony, the welcome to country, and also the acknowledgement for the Queen and the national anthem. Collingwood a little late arriving. Umpires, by the way, we've got an experienced bunch today. Best bunch I've seen for a while. Brett Roseberry, Matt Stevick and Andrew Stevens. Three of the absolute best doing the job today. So, and we're talking about the crowd before and the possibility of the forecasted 92 being reached. Well, I can tell you, all of a sudden, it looks almost certainly that it's already deep into the 80s, into the mid-80s. So it is going to go close to that 90.
Premier partner Toyota welcome you to the first semi-final between Collingwood and Fremantle. The AFL acknowledges the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, the traditional owners of the land we gather on today, and pay our respects to elders past, present and emerging. We acknowledge we play our great game on this land and respect the cultures of all First Peoples, their contribution to our nation and contribution to the game of Australian rules football. We will now have the welcome to country, followed by a minute's silence for Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. To conduct an official welcome to country, please welcome Wurundjeri Elder Uncle Colin Hunter Jr.
I'd like to start off by acknowledging that this evening we are meeting on the lands of my ancestors, the Wurundjeri people, and I'd like to take this opportunity to pay my respects to my elders, both past, present and emerging, elders from all nations, but I particularly want to pay my respects to everyone gathered this evening. Woman Jekka welcome, Wurundjeri Balak Yiman Kondi Bik. The Wurundjeri people welcome everyone to land today. Wurundjeri no Bunumbor War Kondi Ningnak Dubran Bik Bullikbor Tilikan. The Wurundjeri people want to look after and protect the land as aged long before. Wurundjeri country extends from the inner city of Melbourne. It goes across the mountains of the Great Dividing Range, west to the Werribee River, south to the Mordialloc Creek and east to Mount Borbor. And the Wurundjeri people are part of the Kulin Nation and of the Walrong language group. And while you're on Wurundjeri country, you're most welcome to the traditional lands and the waterways of the Wurundjeri people. So Woman Jekka welcome, enjoy the game.
Thank you, Uncle Colin. We now invite you, if able, to be upstanding and join the players, coaches and umpires in a minute of silence to remember Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. May she rest in peace. Please remain standing if you can for the Australian National Anthem, performed tonight by the delightful Taylor Henderson.
Australians all, let us rejoice, for we are one and free. With golden soil and wealth for toil, our home is God by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts, of beauty rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. Enjoy more strains and let us sing. Advance Australia.
go. Formalities out of the way. Game ready to get underway in a couple of moments. Big crowd building here.
Out of 10, BT, what'd you give the rendition of the national anthem?
I don't normally judge things out of 10, but unorthodox.
Went a different way.
It was different.
I wasn't sure whether it was actually the national anthem.
Geez, it was good though. How good is it when the crowd roar, you get the goosebumps, you get the tingles, minutes away from a huge, huge game. It's the best feeling as being a footballer these couple of minutes before the first bounce. Nerves are at its, the anxiety there, the nerves and tension. You've done all the hard work since December the year before to get ready for this moment.
Certainly is, Joey, and we're looking forward to this one now as well. Toss of the coin has happened and we're ready to go. I mentioned the umpires before, very experienced crew, Rosebery, Stevick and Stevens. Packed house here at the MCG. Fantastic finals build-up we've had, JB. It's in the high 80s right now.
And the games have been insane, haven't they?
Been ridiculous.
The 5 finals we've had have been extraordinary. Yeah. And it's just at a level that I haven't seen consistently over a final series. I can't remember ever.
Decided by an average winning margin of 11 points in 5 finals.
And there's no reason why this one won't be any different. I'm expecting the same. I think there's a bit of a difference, Ross, when you look at the groups. The experience, so the Collingwood midfield are going to be experienced. You know, there's going to be Pendlebury and Sidebottom and De Goey and Crisp's going to go in there up against this young, exuberant, uber-talented midfield of Brayshaw, Sarong, Sean Darcy, even Will Brodie, still pretty young. So it's going to be a huge factor.
Let's get downstairs, Jay-Z.
Unsurprisingly, BT Collingwood captain Scott Pendlebury has won the toss and will kick to the city end. The Magpies kicking to the right of your radio dial. As you mentioned before, Bailey Banfield, the sub for the Dockers, and Josh Carmichael, the mid-season draft pickup, will be the sub for the Magpies.
Thanks, Jay-Z. Bob Jane Team Arts down there. We're ready to go. McDonald's score a 1 in 4 chance to win the Monopoly game at Macca's. Ends 18th of October. For full terms, visit mcdonalds.com.au. I don't know whether you got your McDonald's super duper card today, JB, but we all got ours and we're very happy.
I like it.
We can go down there and we can get hold of a fillet of fish.
Braden Maynard starting inside.
Yeah, he'll take the centre bounce and then drift back into defence. He's done the last few weeks. Jack Crisp or someone will come up into the midfield.
So here we go. BT, the best in the business to get you underway. It is Collingwood and Fremantle at a packed MCG.
Matt Stevick to get us underway, to pound the ball into the turf. Darcy and Cameron in the middle. There it goes. We're underway in this final here now. Little flick out the back to the cool Pendlebury. Loopy handball looking for and not finding De Goey. So Fremantle get the first opportunity to clear the ball, and they will do it through Sarong. Sarong around the corner. Good mark taken just forward to the wing here, and Switkowski it was, goes out wide now and finds Walters. Walters on the half-forward line. Fremantle going towards the punt road end here early, and Crisp bravely working into the space against the flow. Knocks it over the line now to bounce forward pocket for the Dockers.
And ace to Josh Dacos on the other outside wing.
So ball in just inside forward 50 for Freo going to the punt road end. Darcy, Cameron, Crisp taking in a pretty good tackle, releases the footy to Nick Dacos. Pendlebury, a nice one. Crisp further afield. Overlap, handball ends up with Noble. Long ball here for Cox, who outpointed Cox, if that makes sense. And then a long ball inside 50. Akers to come in from the side. Ginnivan out the back. Got to be a goal. Is a goal. First of the game for Collingwood. It got out the back. And Jack Ginnivan got on the end of it off the ground. One straight. Freo haven't scored. Triple M Pepper Jack Wine scoreboard.
Well, that's classic Collingwood on the break from half back, but the Dockers will be disappointed. They had Luke Ryan free. They were double teaming, so that contested mark by Cox caused that goal. That can't be underside what Cox has delivered there, because the Dockers had great defensive shape.
And that energy we spoke about pre-game, gee, don't they generate that?
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, it had to be Jack Ginnivan to get the crowd alight in this one. But it started, as Ross said, chain of handballs out of defence, and then Mason Cox, who we know has ripped apart a couple of finals before. Good for his confidence, good for the team's confidence if Mason Cox is marking the ball.
Well, Luke Ryan had to hit Cox in the air, had to really launch into that contest.
Ross Lyon and Joey Montagna on Triple M football. Darcy gives away the free in the middle, and it will go to Cameron. Cameron whisks out the handball to the bypassing Pendlebury. A long left foot kick inside 50. Elliott building, got over the back. Free kick will be paid. It'll go the way of the Fremantle Dockers to Luke Ryan. In the back half here for Fremantle. Short little ball, and finds an opportunity out there now with Young, I think it is.
It is BT, and he'll go short to Andy Brayshaw, just outside defensive 50 out of side. And he's just got to stop and wait. Having a look at a switch. Will now go long down the line. Measuring ball's not a good one. Howe in front. And will be paid the mark.
And that's exactly how Collingwood want to play. Hayden Skipworth told us in the pre-game they want to stop the switch. They want to force Fremantle long down the line.
But that's how the Dockers want to play. They held the ball up and try and pierce their way through the zone.
Howe along one. Cox in front. Couldn't hang on. Lipinski flicks a handball forward. Ryan just has to bash it out of there. Quaynor parked under this ball. And it's now a massive one to win. Schultz. Chapman. Brayshaw, Akers, and the heat came from Pendlebury. Side bottom, Quaynor will take it over.
Throw in right in front of the MCC members here. Packed to capacity. Collingwood have got a fast start, one straight. Dockers yet to score. Pepperjack wine scoreboard. Boundary throw in neutral territory on the wing here. Right on the logos. Cameron versus Darcy. Darcy got a hand to it, knocked it forward. Brayshaw trying to keep it alive. Chris Paddy's body will do it again on the wing, right in front of the Collingwood bench here. Northern side of the ground. Great scene it is at the MCG. Crisp night for football, but nevertheless fine. No sign of any moisture. Cameron doing the ruck work. The little knockdown, Brodie with the clearing kick along the ground, straight to side bottom. He ran into a brick wall, still managed to get the handball out the back door to Crisp. He tries to penetrate the centre square, overkicked it, found Young. Young wants to wheel and go, instead goes very much sideways, and now an opportunity with Aish.
Aish looked Shane Warne's side, and now comes Members' side, Akers. Chapman at half-back. Akers is going to now flick it back. And Brennan Cox is about 30 out from his own goal. So they've been driven back here, Fremantle. Cox over the top. Always a dangerous kick for Chapman. Broken up by Cox. It's Mason. And actually chopped the arms, I think, Big Mace, so it's going to come back to Chapman. And a free kick. And Chapman from defensive 50 down the Members' side with a long one. Logue in from the side with a fist. Pendlebury's hands were good. Dacos just bashed it onto the boot. And the two Coxes go at it. Ground ball. Andrew Brayshaw taken in a pretty good side bottom tackle, but Freo are out.
Spills to Akers. Ball up forward. Free kick will be paid to Amos. Got a little bit of a nudge from Maynard, who curses himself.
Move out.
Almost at half forward, Amos. For the Fremantle Dockers heading to the punt road end here in the first quarter. Yet to really give a yelp. Deep forward. High ball on the head of Lobb. They rise off hands. Lobb, front and centre. Got it around the corner. Didn't get a great bounce. Josh Dacos works back on the behind line. Traps the footy, but he's going to stick it straight down the throat of Clark. And Clark has taken the mark. 55 metres out from goal.
Repeat entries here, Fremantle. To the punt road end, packed MCG. Long one here from Clark. Stuck it into the pocket, Loga fly. Maynard the dumping kick. Clark will get on the end of this again. Same spot. Had Sarong on short. It's got Pearce to go back to. Uses him. Kick and a half from home. Short one now for Brayshaw. Still a kick and a half from home. Little fist in the air, Joey.
Yeah, well, everybody knows where this is going to go. Fremantle love to kick it to the point of the square.
It's exactly where it goes. Lob in from the side. One hand. Two hands. That's a mark. 25-30 out. Tightish angle.
So all the big boys were all camped at the point of the square. They knew eventually the kick was going to go there. Fremantle tried to draw Collingwood out, but not really. And in the end, they went to the spot, and a good leap and good concentration from Rory Lobb. He's going to have a big game.
And he had a good opponent on him. He had Howe, but he had the height. And he's a confidence player. He hits one early, tends to keep going.
Big noise from the Collingwood faithful. Lob, set shot, missing. Just to behind.
Yeah, looked a little awkward. lacking a little fluency in the run-up. A couple of balls on the ground here will perhaps delay proceedings for Nick Dacos to kick the ball back in. Crowd is building and building and building. Who would have ever thought? I thought I heard someone say that in the pre-game, that Fremantle would ever have attracted a 90,000 plus here at the G. Noble got around the defender and strong. Now kicks a high ball there over the head of Johnson. Spills to Lipinski, caught in the tackle cold by the old campaigner in Mundy. Mundy wins the free, just forward to the centre wing. Do they want to move it quickly? Slow move again. Mundy looks, does the 180 scan, and eventually settles for a long kick as deep as possible and as straight on the head of Lobb. Got a hand on it again. Moore punched it away. Little handball comes to Ace. He's caught with the footy. Took him on, and it'll be played against. The advantage now. Bursting out of defences, Chris. Got one bounce. Has got a runner in Lipinski. Two bounces. They can't catch him. Three bounces through the centre square. They can't get him. Handball over the top. He probably could have kicked it in the end. Myercheck scored it, a bare-hugging tackle. What a great one it was. Through the middle of the ground from Chris, and a ball up 20 out.
It's like Crazy Horse Carlton from the 70s at North Melbourne.
Michael Frederick was good too.
They never gave up on the chase, did he, JB? It was fantastic.
No, that's good. That's what we love about both of these teams. Elliott caught in a tackle, releases the ball. Nearly McCreary. Akers. How did he release that?
But he'd be disappointed, Justin Longmuir. That was a slow, long entry. That's the way they play it. They expect to have fall of the ball and lock that in, Joey.
Work down to Walker now. Andy Brayshaw measures it nicely to Schultz.
It was a perfect control v chaos, wasn't it? Fremantle were controlling the ball. Collingwood's first chance, off they went.
Amos on the wing can give it to Roy Fredericks, who can go back to Amos by hand. He doesn't choose to. He kicked straight into Howe, who was standing in front of him.
And Howe faked the handball wide to Dacos and went himself. Now a piercing ball over the head of McCreary. Needs to keep it alive, he does. He takes him on. It's Cox in the foot race. Cox has got him. Had to get rid of it. McCreary didn't legally. And a free kick, and the advantage is paid immediately. Mundy's now got it through centre half back.
The gliding movement of Mundy goes to Walters. Middle of the MCG, Walters thumps the left foot, long one. 2v1 back there. Moore with just a hand in. Schultz a little bit of room to move. And he goes back to Akers. About 70 from home.
Gee, it's interesting strategically. The Collingwood backs are letting the Fremantle forwards up in the midfield and just dropping back, creating the +1, knowing they'll go slow.
Darcy a hand in. Quainer walks his way through and goes high and wide. Pearce in front. Doesn't want to take control of the ball. Cleverly done, Alex Pearce. Handball to Aish was really good. Aish dribbles it through to Lobb. Now Mundy. Maynard too strong. Absolutely had a hold of him.
Advantage paid again. Collingwood off half-back. Lipinski, a sizzling low ball in the middle of the Dacos. The handball to Nick. This might have been Josh. Josh went inside to Elliott. Elliott couldn't get their hands on the footy. It's punched back. Josh Dacos had a go at the middle. Couldn't get there either. Now Freo again. They live to fight another day. Brayshaw to Frederick. Frederick the fumble. Ace picks it up through the middle of the ground. Little low ball missed the target. In Walters. A bit of a drop from Howe. It was a very iffy one. He knocks it back and finds Moore.
Moore will thump a wide one from McCreary. Walker with him. McCreary the superior body work, but then he just dropped the pill. 2v1. Walker can walk away with the ball, but he is gone. No one to kick it to. Massive turnover. Pendlebury. Nick Dacos jams it inside 50. That's not going to work to Elliott. Akers comes hard at him. Now side bottom. From about 45, shins it forward. It's going to work to Myercheck. No real system at all, but they got it in the end into the hands of Brodie Myercheck.
Well, some hectic couple of minutes of footy there. It was like aerial ping pong. It was turnover after. You could see both teams tonguing it.
Should goal this. Ross Lyon, and he has. So good start here, Magpies, 2 straight 12. Freo 1 behind, Triple M Pepperjack Wine scoreboard.
Yeah, well, it has been hectic, but strategically, Collingwood on the counter punch are really going, but Fremantle have that controlled game. So that up-tempo game, a few of them are really tonguing it, Joey. They don't want to get caught in that energy game.
Well, early, you can clearly see Collingwood are trying to rebound at every opportunity. Yes, Freo want to play controlled, Ross, but the ground looks like it's so open because of Collingwood's rebound that the Fremantle will get chances, but Collingwood's defenders are sitting back waiting for them.
Jay-Z.
The second effort, McCreary, Craig McRae, the Collingwood coach, absolutely delighted. He was dispossessed, McCreary, that went in for the tackle, caught Walker to the coach. Absolutely loved that defensive pressure.
Yeah, well, Collingwood defenders let him go because they know when Fremantle turn around and look up and they see him back there, they'll go slow, so they get organised defensively, and I think Howe and Moore are having impact.
Ash? Pendlebury, 7 touches, leading ball winner.
Oh, he's on fire, Ash, here at the moment. Out of the middle we come again. This time it's a win for Freo. Walters trying to pick the ball up, couldn't get it clean. Darcy went and got it, gave it to Mundy. Neat little left foot ball, finds Akers. Just on the wing here on the northern side of the G. Akers short with a drop punt to Mundy. Mundy, no one on the mark, so he's able to go forward, looking for lob. Out the back, it's marked by Jeremy Howe. And Howe has taken the mark. He's looked solid in defence so far, Jeremy Howe.
Got Lipinski on short, uses him. Still inside defensive 50. Need a little settler here, Fremantle. Dangerous ball here for Crisp. Met hard by Young. Free kick, centre of the ground. Centre half back, really, for Jack Crisp. To the outer side. Hoskin Elliott high. Bianco flicked it through. Lipinski. Nick Dacos. Hoskin Elliott gets on the end of it. 55 from home. Big noise. Hoskin Elliott. Low penetrating ball. Fist from the big ruckman Darcy. And it's out.
Well, that'd be their first slow entry, Joey, wouldn't it? We break them up slow and quick entries. Nearly all the Collingwoods have been quick and Fremantle's have been slow and held.
Well, they've only taken 5 uncontested marks in this first quarter. Collingwood had just been that up-tempo.
Boundary throw in, Collingwood forward 50. They lead by 11. Opening 14 or 15 minutes of this game, Josh Dacos got bowled over. No free kick, and that's a correct call. Handball comes out here to Clark. He had a fumbly little handball out wide that allowed Noble to pounce, and they lock it in. For another stoppage inside their 50 here, Collingwood. It put Schultz under pressure. Umpire Stevens to throw it up. Darcy doing the ruck work there. Trying to knock it down in the end. A little soccer out of the pack. Goes to Noble. Noble's dragged forward. And a free kick to Johnny Noble at half forward. No, in fact, it'll go Fremantle's way.
Going the other way, Bristol to Schultz. Sticks it wide. Mundy's been good. Drilling ball for Griffin Logue on the wing outer side. Great southern stand. Shane Warne stand side. Goes to Lobb. And a chop of the arms. So Lobb will get a free. He's about 80 from home. No one on the mark.
No, they've vanished.
But nothing ahead of him yet. So back to Young. Still 75, 80 from home. Maybe even more. And Young with a long one. Logue in front, Moore with him. Big defensive fist from Darcy Moore. And the ball's out in front of the Shane Warne stand sign.
Well, that was really insightful. No one guarding Lobb's mark because they know they won't take ground and go quick. But Collingwood are getting organised behind the ball. Moore, Howe are having real impact.
Super special comments making hard work pay off. Ross Lyon on Triple M football. Boundary throw in. Darcy worked the ball forward once again. Picked up here by the Fremantle Dockers. Handball back to Darcy. Tackled by De Goey. Haven't seen a lot of him so far. He's in the hunt here. Crisp tried to extract it. Went without it. Bottom of the pack. It is Schultz. And we'll ball it up again. 40 out from the punt road end to which Fremantle are kicking. Yet to kick a goal. We've played 16 and a half minutes in the first. The knockdown to Dacos. Free kick, Collingwood advantage paid. This is Josh. Kick to centre wing. Hoskin Elliott a one-on-one. Out the back, Elliott. Elliott on the running ball. Picked it up beautifully. Over the top to Johnson. Needs a good bounce. Has got it. Can't gather it. Yes, he can. He tried to sell some foot candy. He got caught. He's caught. He's gone, Johnson. He tried to sell some foot candy. It was not swallowed by Cox. And Cox of Fremantle has won the free and 50 metres.
A bit of gobbing off.
Up to the other umpire.
There was brilliant defence by Brendan Cox, though. He didn't overcommit because he could have got stepped. He corralled, but not enough to allow Johnson to snap it. Brilliant save to goal.
Young, centre half back a long one. Lob in good marking shape. Got the better of Murphy in the air. Wants to wheel and go. Big Rosa doesn't really hit the kick well at all. Logue in front with the one hand. Fredericks with a good tackle. And a ball up, top of the square for Fremantle.
Well, he's the real threat down there at the minute, Lob. He's the one that looks like he can kick one, Joey, and bring it to ground.
Ball up, top of the goal square here. Fremantle's goal. Schultz almost ran away with that. Picked up here by Murphy. He was taken front on in a careful tackle from Amos. Nothing wrong with that. Umpire will ball it up, living dangerously here, the Pies. Cox was there, out the back it comes, dribbles to Nick Dacos, just got the kick away, high drop punt, but there's plenty of Fremantle players there. Young dropped the test mark, will now have to go backwards, can't find and couldn't get Walker, took it out of bounds. Ginnivan gives him a bit of a push, and we'll have a boundary throw in, 65 metres around from Fremantle's goal.
Well, uncharacteristic for Young, just that pressure of the final, just got to watch it into your hands.
Get to you in just a second, Jay-Z. This ball's thrown in. Cox with a big spike forward. Here's Young again. Ginnivan as well. Flicking handball. Away goes to Goey. Streaming down the members' wing. 2 bounces. Long ball. Johnson in good shape again. Cox gets a hand in. In comes Myercheck. Johnson again gets barreled. Absolutely smashed in a tackle. Now Walker. Kick smothered. He's got to come and do it again against 2 Walker. Lipinski, Sarong, haven't called his name much. Might have a ball up here. No, holding the ball, Jay-Z Clark.
Early headache for Fremantle, JB. Blake Acres has come to the bench with a right knee problem. Just underwent a fitness test. He's limping on that right side. He might test it again at quarter time, but he's uncomfortable.
Just his second touch, Caleb Sarong.
It's his third. He'll get an uncontested mark here on the half-back line in front of the darker green MCC members' seats. Good ball for Aish.
Well, Brandon Cox has saved 2 certain goals, been outstanding in the one-on-ones versus Johnson.
How tight is your freckle in the final when you're in that position?
I don't want to be there.
No one else anywhere near you. Belted forward. Sarong now getting busy. Speculates with a handball though. Big ball to win here. It's in half forward for Freo. Schultz went to ground. Spat out of there by Sarong. So lots of involvement. Now it comes to Walker. Did not get any contact at all on the ball and marked by Moore.
Just couldn't get the timing there, JB. Moore exits to Maynard by foot. Maynard to Nick Dacos. Got the handball back to Maynard. Careful kick to Bianco. Bianco takes the mark just backward of half of the wing on the northern side. Little sideways slipper ball to Noble. Trying to straighten it up. Noble with a risky one. Over the head of Cox. Goes to Crisp. Didn't have time to drop punt. It just mungled it. Johnson got a bit of a push. This time from Cox. He had him beaten, Cox. To go, he plays on. He kicks the goal. There was some uncertainty there. To go with an inside-out slider. Kicks Collingwood 3rd straight. 1 behind Fremantle. 17-point Collingwood lead. Pepperjack wine scoreboard.
Well, Fremantle have certainly had enough of their fair share of ball, enough inside 50 and playing the game in their front half. But they don't really look threatening going inside 50, do they, Ross? Every entry's almost been slow.
Well, I think you hit it on the head.
Where Collingwood look threatening every time from their counter-attack from half-back.
Well, and Freo play that way, and they've been a 13th attack, because they go in organised and deliberate, but you allow the defence to get organised. Whereas Collingwood, I think if you're Longmuir, you're thinking, gee whiz, they're going into one-on-ones and no density and off turnover. So they like to generate a +1 Freo, and they haven't been able to do it. So, look, and even Crisp, he got the fingernail in on Fredericks just to unbalance that kick. So can they sustain this heat, Collingwood?
Crack open a wine with character to match. Pepperjack, when character counts. 18 plus only. Drink responsibly back in the middle. Darcy, kick smothered. Sarong on the ground, flicks it forward. Swikowski, it's broken up. The handball by De Goey is getting busy. Pounds it to the outer side. Elliott gets the handball off. Crisp tries to get around Andy Brayshaw. Tough to do. So flicks a handball forward to green grass. Clark coming in. And the ball is out of play. 50 from home. Collingwood's city end.
Well, we spoke about the midfield, and Brayshaw and Sarong. They need to work in the game, because the old ball's in. Crisp is going well, and Pendlebury's going well.
So ball in here. Darcy in front of Cox. There is Brayshaw just getting a dribbler down the wing. Murphy, or is it Moore? Might be Moore. No, it is Murphy. And he takes it out of play to be thrown in front of Jay-Z. 3 straight 18 Collingwood, 1 behind Fremantle.
It's a high-energy game. It's being played at the moment, that is for sure. Collingwood have all of the goals. They lead it by 17. 3:45 remaining in the first. Cox doing the ruck work here. Sarong trying to make him in it. Bianco got the handball to Crisp, who's done a lot of damage. He handballs the slider to Elliott. Elliott with a little low ball here on the lead. Couldn't mark it. Degoe back to Elliott. Left foot snap. They've got 4 in a row, Collingwood. Collingwood are charging here in the first quarter on the Pepper Deck Wine scoreboard. They have kicked 4 straight to the Dockers, 1 behind.
Well, it's Crisp. Crisp is doing the damage with his legs. He's carrying the ball. I don't know what yardage it is, but if we can take yardage with legs, he'd be world record pace at the minute.
Yeah, 260 metres gained. He's already racked up 8 disposals. Past 10, he's been only averaging 20.
And I mean, only 3 kicks, so those metres gained are from his legs, as you said, Ross. And I mean, they are just all out assault with the attack at the moment. Collingwood, with the way they're just transitioning, as soon as they win the footy, they are putting Fremantle's mids and half-backs under real
Well, they're
pressure.
putting them to the sword.
They just need with.
Well, the other thing Collingwood are doing, they're not playing perfect footy. The times are under pressure. They kick it forward to the contest, and if they win it, they're through. And I think that's the finals footy that's standing up.
Jay-Z.
Fremantle players just pointing fingers off the back of that stoppage. They weren't happy with that set-up. Brayshaw and Switkowski not happy with that.
Flicking handball here from Sarong. Straight into the path of Dacos. Josh. Long ball inside 50. This is not a good start for Fremantle. Might just about be getting worse. Elliott on the ground. Picked up by Young. Chapman. Cox. All handballs, but Cox has got nowhere to go with this ball. Steers it into the path of Amos. Murphy in front of him. Dash from Murphy. High floating ball inside 50 again. Ryan's got to park himself under this. Took a very, very nice mark. And just got to find some calm, composure and control in this game at the moment. Ryan. Long pounding ball out of defensive 50. Darcy has it thumped away from him. Side bottom. Bianco. Forward handball not controlled by Josh Dacos from his brother and out of play.
See, all those little things, that bounce of the ball is just all going Collingwood's way at the moment, isn't it? They're making it work.
But it's a way to numbers. It's the energy they're bringing, pressure on the ball carrier, organising defence and counter-punch, BT. I think they've scored a lot out of their back half.
Both Dacos, how they're going, Ash, from the Red Z lenders.
Yeah, Nick Dacos has picked up 8 touches, Josh with 6.
They have been a handful, along with Crisp in the middle, as Ross mentioned. Ball playing around and pinging around here on half-back here for Fremantle. Went and got it. Pendlebury's been superb. Got it to Josh Dacos. Mongrel kick inside 50. Darcy Cameron's there. Got it in the path of Ginnigan. Ginnivan tried to get it over the top to Elliott. Stolen away on this skate by Frederick. Frederick goes wide to Ryan. Ryan now with a pounding ball way out to the southern stand wing. He's given Switkowski a real job out there. Noble runs him out of play. Allows Painter to pick it up. And then he draws the handball back to Noble. Noble short ball into Hoskin Elliott. Hoskin Elliott will want to wheel and go. He does. We've got a minute 43 remaining in the quarter. He goes inside 50. And getting back to mark is Young of Fremantle.
This is exactly the start Justin Longmuir said they did not want earlier today. 4 straight to 1 behind.
Stay out, play on you.
Akers, handball received, wants to thump it into the middle. Does so to Sarong. Back to Pearce at centre-half back and then sideways. The ball for Walker wasn't great. Walker's on the outer side. He's going to measure the ball down the line. Works for Ryan. Got a minute 5 left. Ryan into the middle. Sarong lurking. Wants to go. Got Akers on. Transferring to the broadcast side. Akers with a high one. Lobb's got a couple of beat in the air. And was unable to do that. Murphy folded across.
3/4 of that was good play from Fremantle. They got it to that launch pad 60, 65 metres out, but Blake Akers just went to the pocket. It was too predictable. Collingwood got the extra number there, got it out of bounds.
23-point lead to Collingwood. We've got 44 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Their tongues will be hanging out. They've run hard. Picked off here by Pendlebury. How many's that, Ash, on the Red Z lenders?
11 touches.
Wow, what a quarter by the skipper here. Now another one of those. Josh Dacos says to McCreary, go that away. But he was always going to be taken out of bounds in the tackle by Pearce. And we'll throw it in 60 around.
BT, so the last 4 first quarters for the Dockers now, they've been outscored by 72 points.
It's all Collingwood in the scoring sheet at the moment. Boundary throw, and you can hear the lull in the crowd. There's 86 plus here right now. Darcy outmanoeuvres Cox. High ball, but Howe's going to mark deep in attack in defence for the Pies.
And we are ticking down to quarter time. Been a blistering start for Collingwood. Just measures the ball, trying to make sure they don't get scored against as much as anything else, and that's out. Interchange Gates with 7 seconds left. And the other thing, Joey, that Collingwood haven't done is miss, unlike Melbourne last night.
They've made them pay when they've had their chances, absolutely.
They've probably left a couple on the table, though, haven't they?
Great Fremantle scrambling defence.
So we're going to get a siren here. Lipinski has the ball held into him, and it's going to be a 23-point quarter-time lead for Collingwood over Fremantle. And Longmuir and the senior players have work to do. Quarter time, 4 straight 24, Freo, 1 behind. Triple M Pepperjack Wine scoreboard. Ross Lyon, Joey Montagna, Ash Stewart, BT and Jay-Z when we come back for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M Rocks Footy.
That quarter for Pepperjack Wine. Crack open a wine with the character to match. Pepperjack. When character counts. 18 plus only. Drink responsibly.
For McDonald's,
Triple M Rocks Footy.
score a 1 in 4 chance to win the Monopoly game at Macca's. Ends October 18. For full terms, visit mcdonalds.com.au.
Monday, Triple M's Flock of 80s finals continue.
With more round 2 action.
Here's a sneak peek of the battles to come. At midday, it's Prince.
This is what it sounds like when the doves cry.
Versus the Angels.
We gotta get out of this place.
Don't forget to vote for your shot at 4 tickets to the Toyota AFL Grand Final. GF22/90. Triple M's Flock of 80s finals. Continues Monday.
After speaking to Gamblers Help, 95% of people feel better. So, talk to someone who gets it. Call Gamblers Help. Triple M Rocks Footy on Melbourne's 105.1.
You are out of beer. Fridge.
Ha, lucky I'm headed to Bottle Mart.
Legend, can you grab a 30-pack of Great Northern Super Crisp for $49.99?
Bonus camping gear with every case, I'll get 2.
And grab your choice of Bombay Sapphire Gin, Jack Daniel's Whiskey, or Chivas Regal 12-year-old 700ml, also just $49.99.
Will do. I'll also grab a bottle of Pepperjack wine. Selected bottles just $19.99.
Yummo. Terms and conditions apply. 1 hour delivery available in selected areas. Just download our app. Catalogue specials out now at bottlemart.com.au.
Hit the road with the 1 in 4 chance to win with the Monopoly game at Macca's. Win prizes like a year of free Wilson parking, a new Volkswagen Polo GTI with 5-year care plan, and more. Download the My Macca's app and play today. Ends 18th of October. For full terms, visit mcdonalds.com.au.
Hi, Rodney Jane here. At Bob Jane T-Marts, get spring holiday savings. Buy 3 tyres and get the 4th absolutely free. Plus, up to $150 instant cash from trusted tyre brands like Bridgestone, Yokohama, Goodyear, BF Goodrich, Michelin, Zenon and Motorsport X. Alloy wheels from only $125 and tyres from just $69. All with our best tyre price guarantee. We'll look after you.
T's and C's apply.
While truckies support Australia, Shell has been supporting truckies since 1901, making road transport easier, safer and more efficient. And for Shell card holders, we're making it more economical as well. Talk to us today about a fuel discount for your business and save every time you refuel. It doesn't matter if you run one truck or a whole fleet. All you need is a valid ABN to apply for your Shell card now at shell.com.au/truck network.
G'day, Adam Gilchrist here. Treating people fairly has always been important to me, both on and off the field, which is why I'm a big fan of homeloans.com.au. Their Fair Go guarantee means all customers, not just new ones, get automatically upgraded to the best rate available for their particular home loan. Guaranteed. Can't get much fairer than that. So, say no thanks to the big banks. Get the best rates and a fair go at homeloans.com.au. T's, C's and credit criteria apply.
Steel Solutions, Houston speaking.
Houston, we have a problem.
Okay, settle down. What's going on?
Oh, my genius apprentice just backed a bobcat into a retaining wall. We've got to rebuild it by lunchtime tomorrow.
Relax, mate. We've got all the retaining wall steel you need, and we can cut the steel to the exact length you need. And we'll whip it round to you straight away.
Houston, we don't have a problem anymore.
That's kind of why they call us Steel Solutions.
Steel Solutions. The steel you need when you need it. Sunshine, Bayswater and Springvale. steelsolutions.com.au.
Oh, can you scooch over? No, you scooch over. No, you scooch over. Oh, you got room for one more? Come on now.
Fitting 5 mates on a 3-seater sofa. Unbelievable. Grab a furphy with your mates this footy finals.
After speaking to Gamblers Help, 95% of people feel better. So, talk to someone who gets it. Call Gamblers Help. Triple M rocks footy on Melbourne's 105.1.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for IGA Liquor, where good food deserves a great drop.
From McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy built tough for Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, ask the plumber to install a ring. Quarter time here at the MCG. Collingwood 4 straight 24, Fremantle 1 behind. It's a 23-point lead. Ash, Red Z lending stats.
Yeah, Pendlebury number 1 ranked player, 11 disposals, 8 contested ball and 6 intercepts.
Bob Jane team ask Jay-Z.
BT, Blake Acres is a concern for Fremantle. He spent a lot of time with doctors in the quarter time huddle. Inside of his right knee, he's clearly got a hobble up. It'd be a big effort to run out this game for Collingwood. Jordan De Goey, no dramas with that shoulder. It's got it strapped, but he's been good early so far in this one.
Seabass super special comments, making hard work pay off. Joey and Ross.
Well, it was an all-out assault by Collingwood really in that first term. Every opportunity they got, they took on Fremantle. They used their legs. They attacked from half-back. They just took their territory, kicked to a contest, forward of the ball. If it wasn't for a bit of scrambling defence from Brennan Cox, it could be 6 or 7 goals for Collingwood. So Fremantle, we know they want to control the game. They weren't able to control it on their terms for long enough in that first term, and Collingwood just put them to the sword. So it's going to be fascinating, Ross. How can Fremantle get back into it in this second term?
Yeah, well, I thought it's got to start in the midfield. You know, I thought Chris was the best player on the ground, and the concern was Fremantle got open on the counter. I thought they controlled the ball in their entries, but they allowed Collingwood to defend. Oh, they've been here before. Can Collingwood sustain the attack on the man and the ball? And if they can't, I think Freo, I'm not overly concerned. I think they can work back in here.
And hopefully Freo have learnt from what happened to Brisbane last night, and also what Fremantle faced last week against the Western Bulldogs. So not unfamiliar territory for them, but they've got to get their game going and get back in this contest.
IGA Liquor, where good food deserves a great drop. 23-point lead for Collingwood at quarter time. Freo have not kicked a goal yet. 4 straight to 1 point. Centre bounce to start this second term. Cameron High. Through comes Mundy with brilliance. Sarong gets out the front of that. High long ball inside 50. More hands to it, couldn't hang on. Noble took the tackler on. Gone. Gone cold. Opportunity here for Schultz and Freo early.
Well, that's the way to do it. That helps. Good, clean entry from the centre bounce. Come out the front. Deep entry. Get your front line of defence set. The smalls were all there. Schultz, strong tackle.
Good deep entry, wasn't it, Joey? And Noble, he tried to step 10 metres out from goal and just wasn't quite good enough to execute.
To the city end to really settle a few Fremantle nerves. Schultz gets it. Good start. 1-1 Fremantle. Collingwood 4 straight. Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard.
And Sarong will feel better about himself after that. And the numbers don't lie how Collingwood are playing, but that's their weakness, centre square bounce, and that's a real opportunity for the Dockers. Sean Darcy's getting plenty of hit-outs. They just got to capitalise like that. Take the deep entry and really challenge equal-numbered Collingwood defence.
And as great as Scotty Pendlebury and Jack Crisp have been, that was David Mundy with the clean hands that got that centre clearance, that won first possession to get that little underground handball out to Caleb Sarong, who was able to get the entry.
Very nicely done, Fremantle, with an early strike here in the second to trip it back to a 17-point margin. Massive crowd in.
Is that some Freo noise?
The purple's here, JB.
That might be Fremantle noise, Bristle.
Back in the middle of the ground we go. De Goey traps it wonderfully well. Gets a clean run out of the middle. Little low sidewinder stuck down the throat of Young. Set in the gap. Young short ball to Mundy. Mundy marks centre half back.
Outside 5.
Thought about something downfield. Instead, the little kick sideways to Young. Creep to true centre half back here, Young. Slow play from the Dockers. Umpire says you've got to go. Young elects the northern wing. Goes out very wide and finds Chapman.
Chapman ain't got much ahead of him either. Going to got lob long down the line, and that's where the kick goes. Almost hung on lob. Ground ball. Amos. Akers. End on end's going to work. And Schultz gets on the end of this as well. It's about 45 from home. David Mundy just motioning to Schultz just to calm down, mate. This is a set shot opportunity.
Thank you.
And he's just kicked one, so he should be chock full of confidence. And that's a bit better by Fremantle. Took a bit of territory. They didn't really want to in them. They were forced to go long down the line with nothing else.
Win the crumb,
That's
kick it
it.
forward. Blake Akers limping, looks in a fair bit of trouble there, BT.
Yeah, he looks sore, doesn't he?
So Lockie Schultz can kick Freo's second in the first couple of minutes of this second term. More difficult shot, this one. Too close to the man on the mark. Ripped it left. It's not getting there. Almost Logue. Big climb. And through for a behind. 1-2 to 4 straight.
So Darcy Moore to kick the ball back into play. Fremantle, you can see the energy. It's already, I reckon, it's been sucked out of the Pies a little bit here, if you can notice that. Over the top of the pack, it comes to Fremantle's Clark. Little peeling off handball, Young. Bowled over by Elliott. Cox got a left-hand handball to Goey. To Goey, David to Elliott when he was under pressure. It was never going to work. Cox out the back to Young. Young to Sarong. Sarong a short ball. Made difficult. But O'Driscoll's got it in the end. And O'Driscoll just backward of the southern stand wing here. So Collingwood have hardly gone forward at all here in this second quarter. And we've played already 4 minutes of footy. As Fremantle transfer the ball from the south side to the north side through Pearce and now Chapman.
Chapman's got Akers on short, uses him.
Outside 5.
To Jordan Clark, who's had some pretty iffy moments early in this game.
Yeah, a couple of handballs that have missed the mark, put his teammates under pressure.
Got it on the broadcast wing here at the MCG. Just a long one down the line. Lob again, the target. He's got about 4 to beat in the air. Through came Amos. Took the tackler on. Released the handball. Cameron wobbles it forward. Chapman couldn't hang on, but a free kick and only just there, I reckon. But Chapman, the recipient, no good. Goes to Clark. Broken up. Lipinski. Elliott ahead of him. Sits it out in front of Elliott. Cox again, one out. Elliott got good wheels. Jamie Elliott, bang! Got a couple. Horrible turnover. And Collingwood make them pay. 5 straight to 1-2. Triple M, IJ Liquor scoreboard.
That was young Heath Chapman that turned the ball over, trying to come back into the corridor.
Well, they've got to do it, but that's the way they play, right? And I think if you look at their back six, you'd say Ryan's an elite kicks, Cox, but the ones you'd let have the ball is Alex Pearce, and I think looking at Chapman. So they'll sit off those players and say, are you good enough to hit those kicks? Because if you're not, we're going to pound.
And just a young man in a final, but that does hurt when you are going to control the ball and you turn the ball over in a dangerous part of the ground. He had a few iffy moments last week, Heath Chapman. It was great by Lipinski. He was on it really quickly and put it to the advantage of Jamie Elliott.
Oh, and he's so quick, Jamie Elliott. If he gets an advantage, kid, he's hard to reel in. But I love the leadership of Sarong and Andy Brayshaw. They all went over to the young fella to give him a boost.
Hit the kick beautifully, Elliott. Ball up in the middle again. Waiting on the clearance result. Will go to Collingwood's Crisp. Got it to side bottom with a handball back to Crisp. Running onto his wrong right side, but he nailed the kick downfield. Elliott again comes out, peeling for the free, no whistle there. Umpire says play on. Ryan spearing handball so wrong, had to get rid of it over the top, and Ginnivan saved the day. Pushed it out of bounds, and that's a good result for the Pies. They're 70 metres from their punt road goal, but they have a stoppage.
Geez, as a coach, you look at the centre square bounce spread. Collingwood were the first ones to leave the square. If you go into the midfield, coach, how's their spread going?
Darcy and Cameron. Darcy to the front, Brodie. And that's over again in front of O'Driscoll. 30 plays 8. on the IJ Liquor scoreboard. Ball in, outer side. Great crowd in attendance, a beautiful night for football. At the moment, Collingwood have got all the answers. Sarong and side bottom. Sarong, head down, got it to Andy Brayshaw, flicked it back to O'Driscoll. Great smother, crisp. And out of play again.
A boundary throw in here between wing and half forward for the Pies.
And Brodie's the mid that needs lift for Fremantle. The others are sort of whacking away, and he's been a great ball winner for him. He's just got to find his groove in the game, Joey.
Fremantle down by 22. Darcy doing the ruck work. Knocks it down to Brodie. Little handball out the back door to Brayshaw. He's corralled by side bottom. A little ground level ball by Brayshaw was intelligent. Noble now forced to run it over the line, and the players appealing for deliberate. It's forward of the wing. They've got it now, Fremantle, so they're gradually working it up that southern stand boundary line. They're kicking to the city end here. They're 22 down. It's early in the second quarter if you've just joined us. Fremantle under the pump. Went to go and get it there to Goey. Flicks out the back door to Pendlebury, who had a ripping first quarter. Wheels around on his favourite left boot, high on the head of Elliott. Pearce couldn't mark the ball, hits it at McCreary. Picked it up so cleanly. Goes inside 50. Bianco's one out down there. And Clark gets back and takes a clutch mark.
Yep. Good.
Wonderful one-on-one contest, wasn't it, by the young fella?
Now Sarong. Just watching Johnny Noble before. Not sure he's the man you're wanting doing the tough stuff after the ball's gone. I'd leave that to the Bros Maynard and Johnny. You just focus on the pill at 75 kilos. As the ball's on the ground here and the umpire's going to throw it up in front of Jay-Z Clark.
Well, we thought Collingwood would be under pressure around the clearances, Stu, but they seem to be dominating at this point.
Yeah, they're ranked 17th for differential this year. They're up +6, 14 to 8.
Another one there from Crisp to Walker. Ginnivan's after him and pushes him over the line. That's out the full. Good pressure result for Collingwood. Bianco will bring it back in.
10 metres on the line. On the line.
So no real gain made for Fremantle on the scoreboard, even though they're in the game more in a field sense. Short one here for Josh Dacos. Thought about going quick and then didn't. Noble has run on and gets the little chipping kick. 2 kicks from home to the punt road end here for Collingwood. Noble a high one inside 50. Cox the target. Big Mace couldn't hang on. Walker went to ground. I reckon he's in a bit of trouble here. Gone.
Oh, it's a hard game, isn't it? The kid slipped over on the ball, but to the extent of the rule, that he can be pinned, but he's very unlucky there.
Right out. Guys.
What do you think, Joey?
Well, once he slipped, he did have to try and push it out. He tried to grab it, and then that was what the umpire sees the cue. So he slipped right there. He has to tap it out. He knows he can't get some numbers on top of him. It's probably the right call. It's harsh, but it's fair.
Not a great set shot kicker, Jack Crisp. 17-19 over the career.
Well, he's no Darcy Ford, is he?
No.
JB.
What about him?
15-1.
That's ridiculous.
Got a clock tattoo on his arm just to keep an eye on the time.
All right, here comes Crisper. Punches it low and through. 6 straight. 36 to 128 on the Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard.
Well, starting to get the danger zone, isn't it?
Yeah.
They need... Well, even there, I thought he slipped, but he just lunged at the ball. A little bit panicky, and Young's... They are a young group, you know, so you're feeling for them. But this is an opportunity you don't want to waste, Joey, do you? You don't want to waste it. It's hard to get back here, so you need the... I think they've got to look to change. Michael Walters is the superstar of the game. Not in it. Get him on ball. Get Brodie out of there. They've got to mix something up. Maybe get Lobber running the ruck. They just got to mix it up here a little bit, Joey.
Just with the Magpies, 4 out of the 6 majors from Freo turnovers. 3 of those scores from turnovers in the front half of the ground.
Jay-Z, Akers has done about 3 fitness tests. Doesn't look any good, does he?
He has. He went down the rooms. I suspect he might have got a little jab, but trying to battle on bravely out there. He's clearly on one leg.
Yeah, he's gone back out there now. Out of the middle of clearance to Brodie. Brodie goes inside looking for lob. 1 out contest. Couldn't get it with both hands. Got it on the deck. Round the corner. Lob snap. missed, but the mark is taken, I think, by Fremantle, and it is Schultz right on the goal post. So it should be a fairly acute angle. The umpire brings him around now, and it is the most acute angle in football. Man on the marks on the goal post, run around on the left boot, got it, goal. Schultz has got a couple, both of them in this quarter. And Fremantle strike back, 2-2-14, trailing the Pies 6 straight, 36.
Well, it's centre square bounce again, isn't it? That's their best opportunity. They've got equal numbers, a clean, deep clearance, and a goal. But if they need to get their general play turnover scores going,
that's right. They can't keep relying on getting centre bounce goals. It's been handy for them in this game just to keep them in touch. But they're just going to have to continue to grind away. They're not going to be able to do it all at once, peg back this margin. We've seen it with a lot of other finals so far. They've just got to get their game, continue to just grind away, get it back on their terms, be within touch at halftime.
I think it goes to quicker entries out of the centre square bounce. Collingwood defence can be pulled apart. Lobb's competing really well. Get some ground level play happening. They just need a bit more of that in general play.
Back in the middle, Cox high. De Goey with brute strength, the high one forward. Broken out of the hands of Young. Ginnivan, front and centre, runs in, and he has missed. And that was one that he should have swallowed.
I think he was turning to the crowd early, JB. He had his hand up.
He had a bit of that going on and has got that in him. 6-1 to 2-2.
Oh, yeah, he's a celebrator. In the meantime, Ryan just cooling the Jets here. Short ball to Mundy by foot. Mundy marks and goes wide, and so just a slow down in methodology here at the moment from Fremantle as they creep up that southern stand wing. That kick was poor, and it's marked by Murphy. Murphy turns, looks back to the corridor, nothing there. So he'll be forced to kick down the line. Umpire says he's got to go. It's 14 plays 37 in favour of the Pies. Murphy's kick is a very, very high ball to half forward. Up goes Johnson, couldn't hold the mark. Handball over top to Cox. Gave it to Brody Myercheck, who's a little slow giving it, though, I've got to say. Lipinski was caught in the tackle when he got the football. Should have given it out a little bit quicker. Comes to Myercheck, slow giving it again. This time got it to De Goey. De Goey sees Dacos, and Josh Dacos is marked. The man on the mark stands at 45. So it'll be an almost 50-metre kick from Josh Dacos. He's in the northern punt road flank area, and he's going to have to kick his best from here. In a direct reply to Schultz's second goal, Josh Dacos, 48 metres out, kick on the way, is not going to get there. Falls short, big pack of players, punched through by the Fremantle Dockers in the end. And a minor score, 6-2-38 Collingwood, 2-2-14 Freo.
So 4-goal lead. And Ryan is going to bring the ball back in. Not really much on short, so he sees a long option he likes. Griffin Logue, that is. Fisted away from him by Maynard. Clever slap from Bianco. Now it's into the path of De Goey. Just some pressure from Schultz. It's a push. He's going to get a free, Jordan De Goey.
All their guns are firing, aren't they, Joey? Pendlebury, Moore, De Goey, Crisp, Dacos.
This is De Goey. Won't make it, so he'll set the kick up. Boskin Elliott! Almost. Ginnivan front and centre. And Ginnivan's over the top of the ball. We'll have a ball up about 20 out from the Collingwood goal.
Player Matt Stevic to put it on the ground and get it underway. 9.5 minutes remaining in the half. 2 goals apiece here in the second quarter after Collingwood kicked 4-zip in the first. Ball up, Darcy wins it for Fremantle. Little knockdown here comes to Akers. Got that sore knee. Couldn't make it work there, Walker. Eventually it comes back here to Akers and he's kicked it out of bounds. He just couldn't get a clear run at it. And it's not deliberate. And it'll be a boundary throw in at half forward for Collingwood. Massive crowd in attendance here at the MCG. Pushing 90, thereabouts, just under, perhaps. Cox will do the ruck work. Little handball comes out here, now to Walker. Round the corner with a high ball. Moore was in front, top of the arms there, and free kick is paid to Collingwood. I'm thinking about 89,500 at the moment, Ash.
Oh, hello, Brian. Always had good crowd intel at this venue. Howe, short one. Nick Dacos. Back to Noble, true centre-half back. And he sticks it. Shane Warne stands side for Murphy. Murphy's ball's nice for side bottom. Slow build up here. Noble's run on. He's corralled by Young. Gets out of the tackle just. And then the kick was smothered. Brilliantly done, Young.
You've just got to keep it simple, Johnny Noble. He has an appetite for the extra BT.
He does. Just thinking that myself, Ross. He does like to do a little more than he's capable of. Not quite.
Just leave it at the hair, son.
Stay in your lane.
One of those ones that we keep an extra eye on as the ball's thrown in. Cox, lob. To Goey almost. Aish hovers over the ball. Crisp as well. Got it out of there somehow. Side bottom thumps a handball forward. Young has it broken out of his hands. Walker goes back, picks it up. Misses with the handball. Ginnivan, not sure what he was trying to do. O'Driscoll, Ginnivan. And he gets a high free. First one in about 6 weeks.
Shouldn't have got that one, JB.
Let him up, please. Stand.
Oh, and then he's given the crowd some work. He's got nice slabs of smart ass. Jack Ginnivan. And he goes back to Noble with a short one.
He does, and Noble's got the footy and goes into slow mode here. He's got a fair bit of that in him, JB.
Parkeroon.
And now Noble goes long and high and finds Cameron, and Cameron takes the mark. Right on 50 for Collingwood.
Just there.
Man on the mark's at 48.
On your mark. That's your line.
Has to kick it from outside the arc on a 45-degree angle. Tough long kick. All his teammates have backed him. Not one leader's been forthcoming.
He's a very good set shot for goal, usually, Darcy Cameron.
We did ask him about that pre-game. He did tell us.
He told us one day. 38 goals, 16.
All right, well, we'll see how good he is. In he comes, 53 metres out, and it was very, very ordinary. Up they fly, no winner in the air. Off hands, Johnson. Got it over the head, missed. Minor score, 6-3-39. Fremantle 2-2-14. Triple M RJ Liquor scoreboard.
And Skipworth said pre-game they'll take some energy out of the game. We'll play a little bit of build-up, and they've done that on the last couple of occasions, Collingwood, just to conserve their energy a little bit, get their wind back.
Outside 5.
Sarong, Brayshaw and Cox have been on the bench now waiting for a long, long time. All the play on the other side of the ground. High and long to the outer side. Amos just couldn't hang on. Walters taken when he didn't have it. Surely will get a free. Sonny Walters into the middle. Brodie, does he want to go quick? Walker. Oh, no. Just found Clark with the handball. He went to ground. A couple of real dodgy handballs from Walker, and now Ginnivan's got it. Short one is Lipinski. Gets to him now. Lipinski sticks it inside 50. And this is Myercheck. Tight angle, 40 from home.
Well, there's just a few Fremantle youngsters not handling the occasion. Rossi just with poor handballs, panicking, coughing it up. There was Brandon Walker again, who coughed up the handball. And from there, it's a turnover in the middle of the ground. When Fremantle is streaming forward, it's too easy for Collingwood to get back and find a mark inside 50.
He's been a little bit shaky. But I love on turnover, they break perimeter quick, the Collingwood, and they open up the corridor. They just slice them up.
Myercheck set shot. They've missed a couple of these. That one's drifting a little. And another behind.
So the big crowd here, they've got their little boutique stadium over there, which holds half the capacity that it does here.
Well, it doesn't, Brian. It's 60,000.
A bit of
120.
A bit of a brutal shock for them coming to the MCG to be in a big stadium.
I know that your maths wasn't your strong suit in Pinjarra, Bristol, but it's not 120 capacity.
High ball, up they go low. Couldn't mark the ball. Tackled immediately, pinned, and illegal disposal. Free kick goes with Jeremy Howe. Half forward on the point of the square is Howe. Nick Dacos wanting it wide. Jeremy ignores that. and now wants to kick it long as they circle around. Cameron comes at the footy with a bit of pace. Cox was in front. Off hands, Elliott got knocked off the ball. Spills out wide. Side bottom got it back to Elliott. Elliott's deep in the pocket. Little handball off here to McCreary. McCreary a straightening ball. Goes out of bounds. And it'll be a boundary throw in. Collingwood had marked it, but it had gone out of bounds. Boundary throw in deep in Collingwood's attack. They lead 40-14, Collingwood.
Time in forward half this quarter, Ash.
JB, 77%, Freo only at 23.
Yep, they've got real control in this game, Collingwood. Worked down by Cox, Aish almost.
Was out.
Andy Brayshaw tried to go an underground handball, there was no one there.
Play on.
Through came Switkowski, good pick up, Aish. End on end ball to the outer side, Murphy might have been held.
Freo.
No, Fremantle, going the other way. Good result. They need things to go their way here. Fremantle short to Brayshaw on the Toyota logo.
Outside 5. Outside 5. Play on.
Akers wide. No ground made.
Outside 5.
Well, Murphy didn't even bother standing the mark. He collapsed back 30 metres knowing they're not going to take ground.
Long and high in the Griffin Logue direction. And that's a terrific defensive mark.
So would that be a directive, Ross, that they...
From McRae?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. We know they don't go. Just drop off them and give us the extra to defend.
So Collingwood transferring across the face of their own defensive goal here. Little kick ends with Bianco. Came from the south pocket to the north pocket. Bianco went for a risky kick but spots up Lipinski. Lipinski plays on with a handball to Goey. He had the fumble. Will need to break loose. He does. He got rid of the Clark tackle. Then spotted Cameron wide. Cameron takes the mark. He's got Pendlebury down the ground. The big fella's not quick enough to get it on the boot. So he slides it back inside with a risky one to Elliott. Drop the mark. Keeps going. Just got rid of it. Fremantle have got the numbers through the middle. If they can just clear the ball. Amos got caught with it. Now goes Ace. Quain is there as well. Maynard's on top. And they stuff it up the pies. Fremantle were lurking. And a ball up in the middle of the ground.
And we used to, you don't hear it often, the big bodies in finals. You used to talk about Geelong, but I think that's what we're seeing tonight, Joey. Collingwood are just a bit bigger and stronger than the Freo kids.
Brayshaw with the clearance, high ball forward, Howell. Can't mark that footy, it hits the deck, he goes with the soccer off the ground. Into the path of Bianco. He has a little fumble, and then he's taken into Walters' tackle.
Holding the ball. Freo.
So Sonny Walters, short to Ryan.
Stand. Wow. Good.
And across they go and find Chapman. Full switch now to the outer side. Akers. Call to go. Nowhere to go. He bites off the corridor ball. Pearce. The kick was good.
Outside 5.
2 minutes 50 left. And Pearce has got Schultz on wide. The kick hangs a long time in the air.
Stand.
And he goes short, and that's, again, is not a well-held ball from Walters, who's had a half he'd rather forget. Walker, I should say. Now Johnson. Around the body ball. Bounces in front of Hoskin Elliott. Brayshaw comes at him. Clever Hoskin Elliott. Off the deck, Lipinski. Lipinski inside 50, Myercheck. Tight against the line. Apologies to Walters before. It's Walker who's had an iffy half. And now Myercheck. 35 out, but tucked against the line.
15.
And this would hurt. It's 40-14 as we speak. Outside of the boot, Myercheck doesn't get any of it. Just snuck it in for a behind.
Never looked like it. 2 goals apiece in the second. IGA Liquor scoreboard. 41 plays 14 Ash.
And Jordan De Goey, BT, on fire. Number 1 rated player last week in week 1 of the finals. Number 1 ranked player today with 13 touches.
Red Z lending stats there from Ash Tua. Umpire says from full-back, let's get on with it. Kick goes out wide. We've got a minute 46 and a half remaining. Collingwood have got it locked in their half. So on with a little kick down the throat of Nick Dacos. Nick Dacos got the overlap in Quainer. Quainer can go all the way. He's a long kick. Sold from Candy to Brayshaw. Straightens up. Punt road in. Missed. Mana score. 2-2-14. 6-6-42 Collingwood. Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard.
Can they find a way to hit the scoreboard late in this game, in this term, Freo? A bit like Brisbane did last night, and give themselves a sniff. Gets to the back of Cox. O'Driscoll tries to keep it in. Bianco did. Noble high. Big climb. Johnson couldn't hang on. Elliott taken, gone, holding the ball. Andy Brayshaw, very good tackle. But it's at the wrong end for Fremantle.
Well, it's been the wrong end most of the quarter, JB. What's the inside 50s, Stu?
It entered 14-4 Collingwood's way in this quarter.
Every time there's a man on the mark situation, every Collingwood player is dropping off the outside 5. No one is standing on the mark. Cox takes a good mark here between wing and half forward, right in front of the Freo Dockers bench. 27 and a half minutes ticked over. 44 seconds left. They've got some idea. Cox into the pocket. Johnson, who hasn't had a good game. Ryan trying to outmark him. Couldn't make it stick, though. Little handball wide to waste. Tricky little kick told to play on by the umpire. Even though it was marked, it wasn't far enough. And Maynard with the wrapping tackle. We will have a ball up right on the attacking 50 here for the Magpies.
28 seconds left. Got to hold on here, Fremantle. Work to the ground. Walker, Aish, Sarong, taken out of it. Bianco kicks it into the crowd. 16 seconds left. Freo will get the footy back through Ryan. Some work to do for Justin Longmuir at half-time. Got to turn this game around somehow. Ryan. Long to a heap of players in the air. Noble at the back again. Into the corridor now. Look out. Maybe time for a late one here. Akers. Thumping ball inside 50. Someone's got to get on the end of this for Fremantle. Work to the ground, Nick Dacos. There's the siren. 42 plays 14. Control for Collingwood, 6-6 to 2-2. JZ Clark coming up to do the work at halftime with Ross Lyon and Joey Montagna, BT, and also Ash Stewart. 6-6-42 Collingwood, 2-2-14 Fremantle on the Triple M IJ Liquor scoreboard for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M Rocks Footy.
That quarter for IGA Liquor, where good food deserves a great drop.
For Ream Hot Water,
Triple M Rocks Footy.
Built tough for Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, ask your plumber to install a Ream.
Hi, it's Marty Sheargold. Right now, Triple M Rocks Footy, and we're back on Monday, and at 8:30 we'll wrap up the round with Scott Pendlebury. I saw a bloke eating a salad at the footy the other day. It's like, you've lost your mind, mate.
That's
Don't
all
come here and eat
20.
a salad.
Exactly.
There's a health bar.
Yeah.
I mean, that'll do me, Gus. Honestly.
Although a 3/4 time crepe is nice.
Oh, I love a crepe.
The Marty Sheargold Show. Weekdays from 6 on Melbourne's 105.1 Triple M.
After speaking to Gamblers Help, 95% of people feel better. So, talk to someone who gets it. Call Gamblers Help. Triple M Rocks Footy on Melbourne's 105.1.
You are out of beer. Fridge.
Ha, lucky I'm headed to Bottle Mart.
Legend, can you grab a 30-pack of Great Northern Super Crisp for $49.99?
Bonus camping gear with every case, I'll get 2.
And grab your choice of Bombay Sapphire Gin, Jack Daniel's Whiskey, or Chivas Regal 12-year-old 700ml, also just $49.99.
Will do. I'll also grab a bottle of Pepperjack wine. Selected bottles just $19.99.
Yummo. Terms and conditions apply. 1 hour delivery available in selected areas. Just download our app. Catalogue specials out now at bottlemart.com.au.
Play the Monopoly game at Macca's for a 1 in 4 chance to bring home a win. Prizes like a Barbecues Galore Premium Barbecue Pack, an Ultimate Barco Gardening Kit, a Cliff Cinema Soundbar, and more. Download the My Macca's app and play today. Ends 18th of October. For full terms, visit mcdonalds.com.au.
Hello all. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Dustin Martin. That's right, yes, the Dustin Martin, inviting you to visit my new website, dustinmartin.au. Now, you can buy all of my official merchandise. It's jolly good value, and all signed by me, Dustin Ponsonby Martin. I mean, Dustin Martin. Yeah.
Claim your .au web address before September 20th, or someone else could. Register now at Web Central. the home of .au.
Hi, Rodney Jane here. At Bob Jane T-Marts, get spring holiday savings. Buy 3 tyres and get the 4th absolutely free. Plus, up to $150 instant cash back on trusted tyre brands like Bridgestone, Yokohama, Goodyear, BF Goodrich, Michelin, Zenon and Motorsport X. Alloy wheels from only $125 and tyres from just $69. All with our best tyre price guarantee. We'll look after you.
T's and C's apply. What about cleaners?
Yep.
Mechanics?
Uh-huh.
Builders?
Oh, yeah.
Whatever hard work you do, CBUS are making your money work as hard as you.
Power workers?
Yep.
Factory workers?
Mm-hmm.
What about truckies?
What do you think?
CBUS Super, making hard work pay off. To consider if CBUS is right for you, go to cbussuper.com.au for a PDS and TMD. Past performance is not a reliable indicator of future performance.
If there's one sound that means it's September, you'd agree this is it. And nothing goes better with footy finals than a thirsty camel. Bottle shop, that is. With great specials like Great Northern Super Crisp 3.5% 24-pack, $47.99, White Claw Seltzer Mixed 10-pack, $48.99, and Stoneleigh Sauvignon Blanc, $13.99. The camel is cooling this September. Find your local at thirstycamel.com.au. Ends 18 September. Prices may vary in country areas. Hydrate responsibly.
Real Aussies are winning big with the Monopoly game at Macca's. Like previous Monopoly game winner Caleb from Victoria, who won a home entertainment package.
I was shocked. Turned to the missus. She was shocked. We both didn't believe it. Pretty blown away.
Download the My Macca's app and play today. Ends 18th of October. For full terms, visit mcdonalds.com.au.
After speaking to Gamblers Help, 95% of people feel better. So, talk to someone who gets it. Call Gamblers Help. Triple M rocks footy on Melbourne's 105.1.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks footy.
This halftime break for Bosch 18-volt bi-turbo brushless tools. One battery, corded power, backed by a 6-year warranty guarantee.
Yes, so McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy. We are at a full MCG, and what a first half we have seen from the mighty Magpies. It is Collingwood leading Fremantle by 28 points. It's Craig McRae's men 6-6-42, currently leading the Dockers 2-2-14 at the main change. Jay Clark here with Ross Lyon, Ash Chua and Lee Montagna to dissect what has been an enthralling first half. It said Collingwood without their heart and soul in the midfield. Taylor Adams out here with that groin injury. That was the big question mark. How is the Magpies midfield going to go against this well-organised, sort of young and up-and-coming Fremantle team? And it's fair to say Ross Lyon, Jordan De Goey, Scotty Pendlebury, Steele side bottom. It's been very impressive around the ball from this.
And you missed the best, Jack Crisp.
Jack Crisp.
He was absolutely electric. And they've blown him away, the bigger bodies, the pros. They've been instinctive and aggressive. A chaos team, what do? Just hunt the ball carrier. You hit them from the front, you hit them from the side, you hit them from the back. And then they went. And Fremantle like to be a front half team, and they've got 4 small forwards that are there to put pressure on. And they've had slow build-up. They've gone into numbers, but Collingwood have just counterpunched them. They were electric in that first quarter. So the small forwards haven't done their job for Freo. They've walked it out of there. And Collingwood have gone to their forwards, and their forwards have got acres of space to work in. And Jamie Elliott one-on-one in space. Good luck, Luke Ryan. I think Brennan Cox handled Johnson really well. But in the end, it's going to get you. The only reason they're in the game a little bit, they should be further. Collingwood just slaughtered left some goals on the table. So, and the Dockers, that build-up game, Collingwood aren't respecting it at all. What they're saying is, okay, we know you're going to go slow. And if you turn around and see a +1 or an extra Collingwood Guernsey back, you'll look to go sideways, short, build it up. But what they're saying is you go up and mark in the midfield, you turn around, you're going to see me, your direct opponent, and then you won't go in. And then they're too good a team defensively with Moore and Howe. When they get organised, and as Joey said, the focus, and we heard Skipworth, we're not going to let them switch. If you do go around, we'll be back on you. We're going to force you down the line to those spares. So early, Fremantle had equal entries, but they were going into high density, and Lobb looked dangerous, but that's not sustainable. To be honest, we've seen it with Melbourne. The rule changes have allowed teams to go quicker off turnover and pressure teams to be the best teams, and we're seeing it with Geelong.
It's almost like they've got to develop that string to their bow, Joey. Is that? I mean, the competition like Geelong, etc., it has gone more quick, more aggressive. You know, the overlap running handball, that run and that long deep entry. Where Fremantle, it really feels like they've had the one method today. Am I being too harsh?
No, that's right. Taking territory and going forward and taking contest ahead of the ball is what all the strong teams are doing this year. Fremantle don't play that way, and it's almost hard to see, because they don't have that gear in their game, how they actually get back into the contest in this second half, because they are so methodical. It's just the way they play. But full credit to Collingwood. They've been excellent in this first half. We've seen both sides of their game, Jay-Z. The first quarter, it was the counter punch and the spring off half back and that electric speed to be able to get their goals, off turnover. Second quarter, they dominated with the game in their front half. They locked the ball in. They were able to get repeat entries. Weren't quite able to maximise, as Rossi said. But really, we've seen Collingwood's full gamut of their game plan on display in this first half, and Fremantle haven't found a way to be able to match it yet.
And the other thing Collingwood were really pleased with, halfway through that quarter, they knew they'd been held a scouter. We can't, but there's different economies of effort. So they actually built the ball up themselves a bit. They took 16 uncontested marks to Fremantle's 2 there at one point. So they went back, they went around, and they conserved some energy. So their midfield got a breath, their backs got a breath. But they'll come out, they've had 17 and a half minutes at half time, and McRae will be going, right, we go again here. First 15 minutes, we break them. So they're going to assault Fremantle after half-time. That's what I'd be saying.
And that is what we've seen. So teams have the two modes. Geelong have got it. Collingwood have got it. Brisbane showed it last night. First half, they were a bit slow. They knew it. They recognised they weren't going quick enough. And then in the second half, they sped it up. And they were able to get on top of Melbourne. So you've got to have the two different modes. Let's find out whether Fremantle have the other gear, to be able to drop the hammer and play a bit more aggressive to try and hit the scoreboard. We're not sure whether they do, but Collingwood have got that balance right.
And their most threatening period's been their clearances out of the middle, centre square bounce clearances. But we come into the game, Sean Darcy, I'm a huge rap for, but you've got to give credit to Cox and Cameron, they're competing. Yep. But at ground level, Collingwood have won the clearances around the ground, and that's where they'd be really disappointed, because they're the young Tyros, but Dennis Pagan and Bomber Thompson, those great teams, and the Saints were elite grand final. We were big, heavy, strong bodies, and what I'm seeing here is Collingwood have thrown them around. Joey, they've thrown them around a bit, and the Walkers and Youngs, they've been bullied a little bit. Maynard, Chris come through and bowled over Swiatkowski like he wasn't there. So the feedback's going to be, get into the gym over summer. Look, it's unlikely they're going to come back from here. Look, anything can happen. Get into the gym, hook up with Nat 5, put on the kilos, and let's get bigger and stronger. And you've got to pay to learn, like the Brisbane team. They lost some finals, but last night they stood up to a team that had bullied them, and they got bigger and stronger over the ball.
Oh, spot on. I mean, Collingwood is that defensive pressure. We saw it from McCreary so early in that forward pocket, and some of those young Fremantle players have had some nervous moments, some jumpy moments, haven't there? Been some key turnovers. They haven't been able to extract full value. It is Collingwood currently up by 28 points over the Dockers, 6-6-42 to Fremantle, 2-2-14. I want to ask about Jordan De Goey in a second. This is the halftime break for Bosch Power Tools, Bosch 18-volt bi-turbo brushless tools, 1 battery corded power, backed by a 6-year warranty guarantee. Am I overstating things, fellas, to say Jordan De Goey, this September stage was huge for him, because he's had obviously the drama of the season, the Bali trip, and then he had some injury issues late in the season, and the big stage of the MCG just loomed. It's a huge tick for him last week. What do you make of his first half? Because Collingwood as a football club are weighing up, do we want this man? Are we prepared to pay him the big bucks? What do you think, Joey?
Well, first of all, credit to Rossi Lyon. He hitched his caravan to Jordan De Goey after the incident in Bali. He said, I want to see him come back, lead this team into the finals and have a big final series.
I didn't say I want to see him.
No, you said he will. You said he will. You're right.
Normally we can recall those.
The caravan.
What are they doing up the back? Let's get that on the caravan.
After probably being the best player on the ground last week, he's the best player on the ground at the moment. Number 1 rated player on the field. The 14 disposals, the 1 goal, the contested ball, the clearances. Jay-Z, you don't give away your match winners. We've spoken about this. Ross and I have been on the same page all year. I mean, I know there were some off-field issues and whatever, and some people question his footy, which I find staggering. He is one of the match winners of the competition, and he's proving it again this final series.
Collingwood has been the fairy tale story this year, and he has been the big story of September. It is time for our Amy Clangers, of course. Who covers Clangers on and off the field? Amy does. We normally find the chuckle somewhere, and BT almost always superb with his maths. I just want to have a listen to this.
So the big crowd here, they've got their little boutique stadium over there, which holds half the capacity that it does here.
Well, it doesn't, Brian. It's 60,000.
A bit of
120.
A bit of a brutal shock for them coming to the MCD to be in a big stadium.
I know that your maths wasn't your strong suit in Pinjarra and Bristol, but it's not 120 capacity.
Oh, very good. We love the Bristol man. It's Collingwood up by 28 points. Ash Chua, you are the best stats man in the business. What is jumping off that stat sheet at you? In fact, we'll come back with that with BT, JB, Ross Lyon, Lee Montagna. It's been an outstanding call so far. Collingwood up by 28 points over Fremantle for McDonald's. Ream Hot Water, Triple M, Rocks Footy.
That halftime break for Bosch 18-volt bi-turbo brushless tools. One battery, corded power. Backed by a 6-year warranty guarantee.
From Ream Hot Water and McDonald's.
Triple M Rocks Footy.
Add a drop to your shop this footy season at IGA Liquor. Like a 6-pack of beer to go with some tasty wings.
Or a bottle of wine to match those gourmet sausages, or even a smooth spirit to match the game day schnitty.
Ah, yes. Head to igaliquor.com.au to find your local store today. IGA Liquor, where good food deserves a great drop. Over 18s only. Drink responsibly.
As the AFL finals heat up, finals footy, exactly. Triple M's flock of 80s finals are just getting started. The spandex clad action continues Monday at 10 a.m. Van Halen posed the question, tell me why can't this be love? As they go up against Duran Duran. Make sure you vote for your shot at 4 tickets to the Toyota AFL Grand Final, GFAFL 22/90. It's Triple M's flock of 80s finals. Back Monday on Melbourne's 105.1. Triple M.
Hit the road with a 1 in 4 chance to win with the Monopoly game at Macca's. Win prizes like a year of free Wilson parking, a new Volkswagen Polo GTI with 5-year care plan, and more. Download the My Macca's app and play today. Ends 18th of October. For full terms, visit mcdonalds.com.au.
You are out of beer. Fridge.
Ha, lucky I'm headed to Bottle Mart.
Legend, can you grab a 30-pack of Great Northern Super Crisp for $49.99?
Bonus camping gear with every case, I'll get 2.
And grab your choice of Bombay Sapphire Gin, Jack Daniel's Whiskey, or Chivas Regal 12-year-old 700ml, also just $49.99.
Will do. I'll also grab a bottle of Pepper Jack wine. Selected bottles just $19.99.
Yummo. Terms and conditions apply. 1 hour delivery available in selected areas. Just download our app. Catalogue specials are now at bottlemart.com.au.
Campbell Brown here with Andrew Shea, CEO of Builders Academy. What would you say to someone looking to get into the building industry, mate?
Thanks, Brownie. There's never been a better time to enter the building and construction industry. Whether it's starting a Certificate 2 or moving into an apprenticeship in carpentry, we can help those entering the industry or pathwaying towards a Certificate 4 or diploma to become a registered building legend.
Thanks, Andrew. Get in touch with Builders Academy on 1300 Legend.
RTO 21583.
Hi, Rodney Jane here. At Bob Jane T-Marts, get spring holiday savings. Buy 3 tyres and get the 4th absolutely free. Plus, up to $150 instant cash back on trusted tyre brands like Bridgestone, Yokohama, Goodyear, BF Goodrich, Michelin, Zenon and Motorsport X. Alloy wheels from only $125 and tyres from just $69. All with our best tyre price guarantee. We'll look after you.
T's and C's apply.
Every year, we help thousands of people like you control their gambling. So, we get that every story is different. We get there might be setbacks along the way. We get that you might need lots of support or just the odd call. To change the way you think about gambling, call someone who gets it. Call Gamblers Help on 1800 858 858 or visit the Gamblers Help website.
Australia's newest rewards program, The Gem, is giving one lucky person the shopping spree of a lifetime. You could win a luxury shopping spree in Melbourne worth $50,000 at Chadstone Shopping Centre, the fashion capital. If you're not one to shop, you could also win a custom Ducati, also valued at $50,000. And everyone wins with access to Gem Rewards, with exclusive offers from Australia's most popular retailers. Head to thegem.com to become a member today. T's and C's apply.
At codesports.com.au, we know every big story has a backstory. Get an exclusive view into the who, how, why, and everything in between, explained by the experts. Code the thought behind sport.
Play the Monopoly game at Macca's for a 1 in 4 chance to bring home a win. Prizes like a Barbecues Galore Premium Barbecue Pack, an Ultimate Barcode Gardening Kit, a Cliff Cinema Soundbar, and more. Download the My Macca's app and play today. Ends 18th of October. For full terms, visit mcdonalds.com.au.
Thanks, mate.
Excuse me, lads. Sorry.
Ah, the 6-beer carry across a crowded pub.
Hey, we made it!
Unbelievable. Grab a furphy with your mates this footy finals.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for Beacon Trade, supporting tradies with over 120 stores, expert trade teams, design services and a huge range of electrical accessories. Beacon, making every tradie's job easier.
For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks Football, MCG. Second half about to get underway. Collingwood by 28 points over Fremantle. 6-6-42 to Fremantle 2-2-14. Ash, anything you want to get away before we get underway here in this second half?
Well, Ross mentioned the concerns for the Dockers attack. They're ranked 13th this year. They've posted the lowest half-time score of the year at 2-2-14. You look at Collingwood's pressure, tackles in the front half, 25-11. And 4 out of their 6 majors have come from turnovers.
Joey, if you were coaching Fremantle at half-time, what would have been the guts of what you would have had to say to them?
Well, I think he's going to be talking about the contest method and the clearance battle, being able to get a bit more dominance in that area. Coming into this game, we felt Fremantle are the better contest and clearance team. The numbers say that all year, but it's Collingwood winning the clearances. They've broken even in contested possession. So I think Fremantle, if they are a chance to win this, it's probably not going to be with their explosive ball movement off half-back. It's going to have to be through winning clearance and contest and playing the game in their front half and letting their small forwards get to work and their talls get to work.
Is there a bit of last night? Was it 22 points, Ash, half-time?
Yes.
Yeah, and everyone thought, I certainly did, that Melbourne should have been a lot further in front, which is the same here.
Yep.
But they just weren't close enough to that nuisance sort of distance.
I thought Brisbane had turned it around during the second quarter. I thought they'd worked in, wrestled a bit. If anything, Collingwood got more dominant. But you know what? You reset.
Yep.
We are capable, but we've got to do the fundamentals well.
Jay-Z, how many you think in the house here at the moment?
Oh, I think you said 89,000 BT, or you said 90,000. I think 89 currently in the house, so just off by 1,000 currently at this point, but spot on. Hey, big watch on Blake Acres, getting out round there on one leg, sore right knee. Surely a sub is a matter of time.
Yeah, 90,300 I'm suggesting. Let's get underway here. Second half, Brett Rosebery has got it in the middle. Darcy knocked down to Goey, looking for the clearance. Probably could have got a free. Nothing forthcoming. Handball further out by Collingwood. Eventually, near the back half of the square, Fremantle win the footy and go very wide here looking for Schultz. Picked it up, handballed it back and found Chapman. Chapman, short little ball to the man that Jay-Z just spoke of, Acres.
All I'll say to you, Jay-Z, I've been working with Bristol for 20 years. Lots of people have taken him on with crowd numbers. None of them have won. Not one. So I would put your guns down on the table and just walk off, as we've got a ball up in front of us. Sort of wing half forward here for Fremantle, who have got to get on their bike. Brayshaw wraps up to Goey and he's going nowhere, so a ball up. Darcy.
Both engaged.
Flicks out of a couple of sets of hands. Darcy, Cameron goes back and gets it. And Cameron gets a free. Handball off to Dacos, measures it to side bottom, right in front of Jay-Z.
Stand! Move it on! Play on!
Side bottom, positioning kick to half forward. Cox comes at it. Uncontested mark in the end. Ginnivan getting out in front. Jack Ginnivan, about 48 from home, takes the mark.
Gee whiz, that's poor spread defensively on the transition from the Dockers there. Not sure who had.
Yeah, it was young Chapman again. He didn't go to get in front of Mason Cox, and then when he took the mark, he stood and watched, and his man Ginnivan snuck out the back.
And I noticed Clark coming up with Lipinski as the back. I think they're better off dropping off him, take a +1, then get the spitters out of the stoppage. Give him some support and some rebound.
This will hurt if this goes through. 28-point lead. Bit of an arc run, and then he's gone nowhere with that. Missed the lot, I reckon. That's out in the full. And Acres will bring it back in.
I'm with Ross. I think Fremantle can mount a challenge, but I tell you what they wouldn't want to do is give Collingwood the first 2 of this quarter. It would then be all over, I reckon. Kick back into play by Fremantle. High footy. Collingwood got a lot of numbers around the footy here, but can't actually win it at the moment. Now they do. Cameron taken in the tackle, and umpire said it's pinned under. We'll ball it up half forward for Collingwood.
But that contest was instructive. Collingwood had 3 up at the ball in the air, then it hit the ground. They had the first 3, so they've got to get to work here, the Dockers.
Collingwood at the city end. Crisp kick to Ginnivan. Ginnivan marks low despite enormous pressure from Chapman. And the man on the mark's right on 50, so it's too far for Ginnivan. Dacos running past. Ignored. Ginnivan eyeing the goals, but I would suggest not capable of this distance. From outside 50, goes inside the goal square with a high ball. Out the back is Johnson, almost uncontested as he wandered around the back. It clips the behind post, and a boundary throw in deep in attack for Collingwood.
Well, it was interesting from Ginnivan, wasn't it? I didn't think he had the leg. I thought he'd wait the kick in, but he really unleashed on it to the top.
High throw in, not really going too far through the hands of Brayshaw. And a held up player will mean a ball up. It was Ryan standing with the ball as he was tackled. Flick into the path of Hoskin Elliott, and he's immediately tackled. So repeat stoppages here deep in the forward 50 for Collingwood. Ball thrown in the air again. Come through, Hoskin Elliott! Hits the top of the post. The very top of it. 2-2-14 to 6-7-43 on the Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Well, that's the last 7 shots at goal for Collingwood. It's been 7 behind. They were 6 straight, and now they're 6-7, so it's probably the only thing keeping Freo in it at the moment.
So Ryan goes very wide. Logan pierced the target. Over the top went Maynard and crunched the ball to the boundary. Right in front of the members here. We'll throw it in.
And Joey, you know the Dockers better than all of it. Do they play with a drop-off defender throughout the year? Because they're not doing it tonight.
No, they've been coming up most of the year if they can. They'd like to come up, equalise. Nothing really changed with their setup at the moment, Fremantle.
43-14 in favour of the Pies. Love hearing Joey inside club talk. Up the inside track and out the inside left over the top. If you know what I mean, and no one really understands what he says. Akers, it's all code. So Akers at half back. So just a bit of a lull in the game here at the moment. Akers sends it down the line, parallels it with the boundary line. High ball, and Darcy was there, and a hold of the arm will go Collingwood's way. And Jeremy Howe, someone had hold of his arm very close to the Fremantle bench.
Wants to release it to Pendlebury. Blistering start for this man.
Well, while we're on the technical piece, like at the stoppages where we thought Fremantle would dominate, Lipinski's coming up and covering the winger, and Fremantle aren't.
Turnover, so Clark gets it to Mundy. Mundy arches the back, gives it to Brayshaw. It was a hot handball. Now Swikowski forward to Schultz. Schultz had Brayshaw running for him, didn't go there, holding the ball.
Oh, Jeremy Howe, take a bow. He realised they were running out of soldiers, and he came from nowhere to effect the tackle.
It's what they've done all year so well, Collingwood. They come forward to defend, they leave their man.
Was that a U-turn though? Did he burn his teammate?
More to Lipinski. Lipinski to DeGoey. DeGoey to Johnson. Inside 50. Sold the foot candy, yanked it. Is that 8 in a row behind Ash?
It is, BT.
Goodness gracious me. What about that? 44 plays 14 in favour of the Pies.
And Ginnivan's got some flames on him. He was torched.
Young receiving from the kick in. He's got Griffin Logue in space, and he's got Johnny Noble with him. So it was a mismatch. Didn't see it. Didn't want to go there. Mundy on short. Doesn't go there either. Now just runs down the wing. Cox with a big defensive thump. And a ball in front of Jay-Z Clark. 6-8-44, 2-2-14. Freo got to find a way to get dangerous going forward.
Now, Collingwood defensively just set up too well. They're doing exactly what they wanted to do in this game. Take away the short, uncontested marks, get them to kick long down the line.
Darcy, clean possession and just a mung kick forward. Amos has been quiet. Walters back to Amos. Will want his left side. Schultz never in good shape, but somehow got it out of the hands of Murphy. Walking in, Griffin Logue. Goal, Freo. Out of nothing. Got their third. 3-2-20. Collingwood 6-8-44. Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Well, it's amazing. It was a great contest by Schultz. And like you look at the scoreboard, it's triple the amount of shots to Collingwood virtually, like 14 to to 5. But that inaccuracy, we've seen stranger things happen, Joey. When you're expending the energy and creating opportunities, you got to take them because they'll hang around like this, the Dockers.
That's right. That's what we do know. We know that when two good teams play each other, you're not going to have dominance for the full 4 quarters. At some point in this game, Fremantle will have the momentum and get on top, but Collingwood haven't put them away, so it'll just give Fremantle a sniff. But, gee, credit to Lockie Schultz. A couple of his efforts in this game, he's kept Fremantle in it.
And enormous confidence gained out of it just last week.
Yep, exactly right.
Where they knew they could come from behind with a much greater deficit than we're seeing here today. Back in the middle we go. Darcy wins the knockdown. Is it to advantage, though? Chris pulled up. To go, he tries to flick it forward. No soldiers there to help. Now he wins the ball. The inside-out right foot banana. Off to Johnson, who's had a bad day with his hands today. Elliott got the handball to Chris. Little too firm. Hoskin Elliott tries to go in and butter it up. Ace did well to hold up the troops. Hoskin Elliott got it back to Johnson, and he kicks the goal. No, he misses as well. So that's 9 misses in a row for Collingwood on the Triple M scoreboard. 45 plays 20. Collingwood's way.
How strong to go, by the way.
Oh, his leg speed, isn't it? It's just a point of difference in this game.
Cannot get him to ground. Cox.
Powerful.
Yep. Putting a ripping final series together, Geordie de Goey.
He's sharpening the pencil as we speak.
Oh, I think so. That calculator, the numbers are just ticking over. Big Darcy worked off the footy. Noble's got to focus on it. Got it to Nick Dacos. He coughed it up to Mundy. Handball triangle set up. Now Big Darcy's just going to thump a left foot wobbler forward. Tough one for the defenders. Walters. Little dribbling ball doesn't work. Cameron wrapped up. Schultz again in the area. Quaynor just got boot to ball. Did pretty well in the end to the outer side of this ground, and O'Driscoll can't keep it in. Ball in inside forward 50 Freo.
Just up the ante with their pressure this quarter, Fremantle. They're going at 201 BT. Your favourite number. Collingwood at just 154.
And they're turning it over a little bit, Collingwood, by hand, missing some targets.
Boundary throw in deep in Fremantle's attack zone. Another golden opportunity for them here. Lob doing the ruck work. Cameron knocked it down. Pendlebury spun into trouble. Frederick tried to squeeze the handball. Quaynor gave it back to Frederick. Nailed in the tackle. Pendlebury got used to the footy. Kicked out wide. Hoskin Elliott in front of Clark. Couldn't mark. Soccer off the ground. He went the soccer strike style. Cameron was on the ground. He goes the soccer again and free kick Cameron. Didn't have the footy. Tricked Lob into it almost. And a free kick will go Cameron's way here at half back.
Not in possession. Time I stand.
You heard the umpire say not in possession. Game 52 for Darcy Cameron. Just slows it down for the Pies, and a short little ball up the corridor route, if you like, and finds the skipper and Scott Pendlebury.
So the ball's in good hands.
Move it on. Play on. Play on. Play on.
Runs to the outer side, Pendlebury, and then dumps a long one. Brennan Cox in front, couldn't hang on. De Goey around the body. Bouncing in front of Bianco. Ryan got there as well, underground handball. Missed. Hoskin Elliott went back and found it, shoveled it to Elliott. Now Myercheck. Lob comes at him, De Goey, confronted by Brayshaw. High ball, wide ball, almost hung onto by Elliott. And the ball goes out of play deep in the Collingwood forward 50. They lead this game 45 to 20.
25-point lead it is for the Pies. Beacon Trade scoreboard. Umpire throw it in about 25 metres around from Collingwood City end goal. Cameron doing the ruck work with Lob. Cameron the front position. Ace squirted off the back, got a little chip kick to it. Went out wide, and Nick Dacos marks it half forward. So it's coming back. Nick Dacos not in a hurry to get it back though. Takes his time. Signals top of the square. Everyone knows where it's going. Now a very high kick around the corner. Lob's the only competitor in the air. Off hands Ginnivan. Little snap goal. Something out of nothing. Something out of nothing. And from nowhere, the Pies strike. 7-9-51. Fremantle 3-2-20. Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Well, that's right. It was their least convincing scoring opportunity, really, of the game, Collingwood, but just a little bit of class from little Ginnivan. And eventually one was due to go through after 9 behinds. And that one's going to hurt Fremantle because they've lifted the ante to start this third term, but Collingwood were just able to take a bit of steam out of it, play a little bit of the last few minutes in their front half, and then finally they get that reward for effort.
Another goal from turnover. So scoring shots from turnover, 11-3. Collingwood's way. They posted 5-6. Dockers only at 1 goal 2.
How does no one get a hand of that?
He's been dangerous today, Ginnivan, hasn't he? He's just missed a couple of sitters, but he's been thereabouts all day. Finally snuck one through.
Alex Pearce was claiming he touched it, but we've had the soft review and the Arcs all giving it the all clear.
Darcy down, almost Mundy. Out comes Dacos, beautiful touch from Pendlebury. Dacos a high one forward, starting to look worrying here for the Freo Dockers. Handball's going to miss, Young comes through. Sarong, Schultz drops the mark. Got to push.
Push in the back.
Lucky. There wasn't much in it. And this Collingwood crowd starting to get real loud. Schultz to lob. This one he hangs on to. Got Darcy on long if he wants to get it in quick. Doesn't choose that option. Now he goes in that direction. Good match up this for Big Darcy. Couldn't hang on. That ball's out of play, I thought. More with some dash. Now Noble. Thumping ball forward. Ginnivan again keeps his feet when Walker didn't. McCreary runs forward. Young, brilliant. Back with the flight. They cough it up though. Elliott, left foot snap. They miss.
How good was Darcy Moore? He started behind Griffin Logan, went past him and intercepted and created that rebound. He's just an outstanding athlete of football.
32-point margin it is at the moment in favour of the Pies. No ground made, in fact ground lost by the Dockers in the early stages here in the third quarter. Young marks the kick in. Still inside defensive 50. Elects the southern flank. Ball close to the boundary line. Kept alive here by Maynard. Long searching handball to Lipinski. They're coming back inside 50. Lipinski with a squirter finds Elliott. And Elliott is marked around about 35 metres out, right on the pickets. He's going to run, maybe too far out to run around on the right. I think he'll have to settle with a drop punt here. He's weighed that up in his mind. I think he's seen that it's too far. And now goes back to start his run up from the drip tray, the perimeter piping here at the MCG. Elliott with a kick of 35 to 40 metres. Starting his approach on the boundary line. Got to be straight. Bending back. High ball across the face. 7-11-53 Collingwood. Fremantle 3-2-20 Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Well, what are the dominating entries and shots on goal, Chew? What is it this quarter? Seems like double of everything.
Yeah, 9-4 are the entries, and Collingwood 1 goal 5 to the Dockers, only 1 straight.
JB, Jack Ginnivan might be a polarising player around the league, but I tell you what, every time he touches the footy, you can just sense at ground level the Magpies fan base absolutely raw. They live for him.
High ball for Amos, who takes a good mark out of side. Got Clark on short. That's broken up by Dacos. Amos went back and found it. Now they're forced to go, although that's a horrible ball for lob. Sarong. Walker.
Handball.
Amos smashed in the Degoe tackle, and he'll get a free.
Gee whiz.
Wow. He's too far out to score here, I reckon, Jai Amos.
No free kick, that.
No, I agree. That was really stiff.
It was almost like it was too aggressive for the comfortability of the umpire.
Long way from home. Jai Amos. So it's a set-up kick. It's not a good one. Lob! Got to the front of it, couldn't hang on. Walker gets hold of Ginnivan.
No, you had him too. Give me the footy, please. Give me the footy.
We'll get a ball up about 40 from home for Freo, who are desperately trying to stay here with Collingwood. Lob with good composure, a squaring ball. Finds O'Driscoll.
Is he in range, Joey? He's a beautiful kick.
This kid can kick the journey, I reckon. It was really well done on the mark by Trent Bianco. He's bought 2 metres there by jumping up really quickly, hasn't he, BT?
Yeah, he absolutely did.
So O'Driscoll runs a bit of an arc. Thumping left foot pill. Not going to get there. Touched on the line. So 3-3-21 to 7-11-53.
Goal apiece in the third. From a Collingwood perspective, no damage done, you would say. But should have been better than they are. So Moore from fullback, plays on rather casually. Goes out wide looking for Cox, and outdoing him was Pearce. Outmanoeuvred him in the body contest, one-on-one. Pearce takes the mark, half forward. Wants to drive it long, so here it comes again. Jeez. Murphy's under this, Frederick's got to fly. The punch down the front. Ball comes here to Sarong. Sarong goes wide with the kick. 2 Fremantle players compete against each other. Picked up in the end, handball. Lipinski fast to Goey. Goey caught from behind by Clark. And Clark has won the free. It was a good tackle from Clark. The Pies were away had Goey got boot to ball. So 70 metres out from the punt road end. Clark sends a high ball lob bound. They line up behind him like a steam train. Little knockdown there comes to Noble. Couldn't win it. Walters got the handball. Sarong around the corner. High ball, top of the square. Got to defend it here, and it goes through for a behind. 22 plays 53 in favour of the Pies.
This is where the Pies' defence have been so good all year. They've just got to withstand this little mini sort of charge from Fremantle. Just hang in there, don't concede too many goals, and they'll be fine at three-quarter time.
Beautiful ball from Moore to Bianco. From the kick in, Bianco. Long one to a 1v1. Young out the back. Got numbers at ground level. Collingwood through came McCreary. Clark had a little iffy fumble, but then composed himself. Young goes to ground. Back to O'Driscoll. They're welcoming all sorts of pressure here, Freo. Now Clark. Off half back, and he's gone. Just walked into Goey. They had a nightmare there, Fremantle.
Well, I think it sums up how they're playing. The corridor was open, he was out, and he crabbed sideways, and it was a one-on-one out on the wing he was looking for. That's their night in a nutshell.
So Goey from inside the centre square, piercing ball. Hoskin Elliott comes hard at the Nurry and takes an uncontested mark, 30 out.
Goey without the ball, fantastic to see.
Shoulder not a problem for him tonight.
So Hoskin Elliott should convert from here. Oh no, it was horrible off the boot.
Well, they're keeping him in the game, JB.
Yep.
Giving them a little snifter. No doubt about it. Margin Ash at the moment is?
Margin 32 points, BT.
32 points here at the MCG. Lob takes a mark at centre half back. Just on the edge of the centre square. Goes a little wider with the kick, looking for Brayshaw. Brayshaw out wide, picked up here by Moore. Handball at the feet of Sidebottom. Noble tidied it up. Sidebottom ran into trouble. He's caught cold, should have been penalised. Brayshaw got him.
100% BT. He stepped, he looked, he had prior opportunity, and Brayshaw nailed him. It should have been holding the ball.
Just Collingwood 3 goals, 12 since quarter time. 26 entries to 12 their way.
Lipinski with a little party trick and then flicks it to Sidebottom. Brennan Cox, an arm in the air. Almost took the mark. Now we'll get a ball up. JZ, was I meant to go to you?
JB, Darcy Cameron, the Collingwood ruckman, caught one in the nose. He's just with the doctors on the bench now trying to stem the bleeding.
And the ball up. Darcy, the ruckman, down to Brodie. Schultz. Sidebottom, Noble. And that's gone. So Johnny Noble caught holding the ball by Sarong. Where's the danger, Joey? Do they just have to start getting speed on and risk losing by 60 points?
Yeah, but it's not their way of the play. Like even here, if Sarong goes backwards, it's not how they've done it at all this season. So it's going to be hard to see how they're going to kick 5 or 6 goals in a hurry.
They just need to pinch 2 here, at least 1. And then if you're Longmuir at three-quarter time, you're saying, well, we can't go any worse here. Let's get to work. Go man-on-man with the wings at stoppages, equalise.
Logue tried to find Lob, it got to the back, and Howe, that's not a mark. It is a mark. Non-officiating umpire came in.
Yeah, he had his back to him, Matt Stevic, but he's a good umpire.
Overrules a lot. He overrules a lot, though, Matt Stevic, I've noticed this year, Brian.
No, that's harsh.
Got his confidence up, Joey?
How? Boy, that's hard. Cox into the back of Darcy, should get a free. Fremantle do take the advantage now. Young's got it, gives it back to Walker. Walker goes inside 50. In front is Murphy. G's become a really good defender. Knocked down Brayshaw front and centre. Got it to Lob. Got a real tricky bounce. Had to stand and wait. So the tackle from behind came from Moore. And it was pinned to the body and we'll have a ball up. So Fremantle are pressing here.
Because the bottom line, this game should be over. But they've just left it open with the inaccuracy of the Pies.
Darcy, knocked down, handball, Brayshaw snap. Out of bounds on the full. No score there, so it's full scoreboard. 7-12-54 Collingwood. Fremantle 3-4-22, 23-minute mark in the third.
Nick Dacos to bring it back in. I've got a question for you, Roscoe and Joey, in just a second when something calms down. Dacos high and wide. Might have been a push, I reckon, on Johnson. It was. I was sitting with a Collingwood person the other day who described Murphy as a good ordinary player. Is that a compliment?
Oh, yeah, I think it's a compliment. I think he looks like
he's better
Darcy
than that.
Moore.
Yeah, he's better than that, I reckon.
Nothing wrong with being a good and ordinary player. There's of him, Joey.
Don't worry. I just wondered which way you'd interpret that. As a bit of a shitbag or a...
No, I think he's rating him. I think
Good,
he's rating him.
Good, I like it.
Not effusive.
No, it wasn't. It needed explaining. Cox, good mark. Just forward of the wing. Now they go inside 50. Folding back on Elliott. That works. Ryan with a thumping ball. Swikowski's got to make this work. Quaynor in good shape under the footy. In came Frederick. Brodie there as well. And they land on top of him. Ball up.
But he's not one of those players that goes where the ball ain't.
No.
He goes where the ball is.
I think Ross once told Andrew McQualter he was the best six-touch player he'd ever seen. Is that right?
Yeah. The role play, we love a role player. And we pay them accordingly.
That's a good ordinary player. Little one here comes from Crisp over the line and out of bounds. Throw it in.
Tell you what, BT, he's played 14 games this year, Nathan Murphy. They've won 12, the Pies, since he came into the side.
Are you calling him
I'm saying he's a bit more of a barometer than just a good ordinary player.
I'm with you, Joey.
I think he's a good player.
He's becoming a good young player. So he's very...
He's a player!
Spark debate.
A very impressive young man. Here's Crisp. Side bottom went in, couldn't win the footy, knocked it out, didn't really do a great job of that either. Brayshaw confronted by Maynard, little tap by Maynard to Crisp. Crisp, iffy handball to Goey. Goey's got to get rid of him, he does. Goey goes inside 50. Myercheck's got a mark. He's got it. Myercheck's marked at 10 metres out. Slightest of angles. And an injury here as well. Maybe to Clark. Got the hip and shoulder from Maynard. This just has to go through for Collingwood. Myercheck from 12 metres out is going to kick around the corner. From dead in front, he gets it. Collingwood goal. 2 goal to 1 quarter. 3-4-22 Freo. Trail Collingwood 8-12-60. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
He summed it up at half-time, Ross. Too big, too strong, too powerful, this Collingwood side for a young, developing Fremantle team. Jordan De Goey and Jack Crisp. Those two combined, absolutely putting on a clinic.
Can we just go to Chris spread from the stoppage? And you talk about VFL to AFL. It's that 1 second where you got to think where you got to run. The pros just go. Well, the pros tonight have just gone. The transition game, the spread away from the contest has been powerful. It's been instinctive, and the young players will learn from this. And they just need to get better.
They've just been pouncing on every loose ball, the Collingwood midfield. Jordan De Goey's game, BT, 20 disposals, 11 of those have led to scores.
Did I just hear ching-ching after that goal?
He's gone up to 850 a year.
Where's
now.
it at, JB?
It's at least. And now listen to the Collingwood army. Up and about.
Welcome to a big stadium, JB.
Blake Acres has it held in, out of side to be thrown in the air. 90,000. You've got to think at least 80 of them are wearing black and white. Acres to half forward, Logue, Howe. It gets beyond both of them. Here's the good player in Murphy. Cough that up. Swikowski, lob. Andrew Brayshaw flicks it to Walters. Sonny Walters, something special. Brilliant from Michael Walters. Answering goal for Freo. They are finding a way somehow to hang in. 8-12-60 to 4-4-28 on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Well, he wouldn't have too many touches there, Chew, would he?
Walters only 10 disposals and a major. He's never been held goalless in a final, Michael Walters. 29 from 13 now.
Yeah, lovely snap, wasn't it? But he hasn't been in the game a lot. Right. But it just gives them that little, they pinch another one late. I know it's unlikely, but you just never know. You get to the break and you're within striking distance, but general play tells us it's probably not going to happen.
36 seconds left in the quarter. They snuck one. They got back to a 32-point margin. It's better than being 38. And Walters gets it, so 2 goals apiece here. Half a minute remaining in the third. Collingwood can't afford to leak one here. Fremantle will be going all out. Cameron Sockers off the ground, got it to half forward. Ran past it, Houskin Elliott. Now Young went and got it, split the pack beautifully. Won the ball, back to Akers, Akers to Mundy. Mundy at centre half back, 20 seconds. They've got it to the middle to Brayshaw. Brayshaw goes inside 50. Moore nudges lob under the footy. Did well Moore. Darcy Moore under extreme pressure. Got the kick wide to McCreary. He opens up the pack at the back. McCreary runs onto the footy. 2 bounces. He's within 60 metres. 3 seconds. The mark will count. Hoskinelli at the back. No mark. Siren sounds. Siren sounds. And it is a 32-point lead to Collingwood at 3/4 time on the Beacon Trade scoreboard. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks Footy.
That quarter for Beacon Trade, supporting tradies with over 120 stores, expert trade teams, design services and a huge range of electrical accessories. Beacon, making every tradie's job easier.
For McDonald's,
Triple M Rocks Footy.
catch a big feed this game day with the Quarter Pounder range, only at Macca's.
Hi, it's Marty Sheargold. Right now, Triple M Rocks Footy, and we're back on Monday, and at 8:30 we'll wrap up the round with Scott Pendlebury.
Scott Pendlebury with us.
You don't play a lot of games at the MCG, Collingwood.
No, we got a tough end of the stick.
Yeah, really. You never get a real good run at it to get a feel for the ground.
Only 15 this year. So travel to Marvel every now and again.
Well, you wouldn't even know how to get there, would you?
The Marty Sheargold Show, weekdays from 6 on Melbourne's 105.1 Triple M. After speaking to Gamblers Help, 95% of people feel better. So, talk to someone who gets it. Call Gamblers Help. Triple M Rocks Footy on Melbourne's 105.1.
You are out of beer. Fridge.
Ha, lucky I'm headed to Bottle Mart.
Legend, can you grab a 30-pack of Great Northern Super Crisp for $49.99?
Bonus camping gear with every case, I'll get 2.
And grab your choice of Bombay Sapphire Gin, Jack Daniel's Whiskey or Chivas Regal 12-year-old 700ml, also just $49.99.
Will do. I'll also grab a bottle of Pepperjack wine. Selected bottles just $19.99.
Yummo. Terms and conditions apply. 1 hour delivery available in selected areas. Just download our app. Catalogue specials out now at bottomart.com.au.
Well, I woke up this morning, I didn't know what to do. My daughter used doggone left me, I found somebody new.
If you don't register your .au domain name by September 20th, somebody could get in before you and trade on your good name.
Well, I forgot an important date, I registered too late, and now I'm feeling blue without my .au.
Register today at Web Central, the home of .au.
Every year, we help thousands of people like you control their gambling. So, we get that every story is different. We get there might be setbacks along the way. We get that you might need lots of support or just the odd call. To change the way you think about gambling, call someone who gets it. Call Gamblers Help on 1800 858 858 or visit the Gamblers Help website.
Here we go. Deep breaths, Greg. You've got this.
Oh, we're out of beer.
Oh, that's too bad, Greg. If only you'd spent as much time thinking about the 6-pack of beer you saw by the checkout as you'd spent sweating over whether to go with beef or pork snags for your footy finals cook-up. Because it's easy to add a drop to your shop at IGA Liquor, where good food deserves a great drop. Over 18s only. Drink responsibly.
While truckies support Australia, Shell has been supporting truckies since 1901, making road transport easier, safer and more efficient. And for Shell card holders, we're making it more economical as well. Talk to us today about a fuel discount for your business and save every time you refuel. It doesn't matter if you run one truck or a whole fleet. All you need is a valid ABN to apply for your Shell card now at shell.com.au/truck network.
You are out of beer. Fridge.
Ha, lucky I'm headed to Bottle Mart.
Legend, can you grab a 30-pack of Great Northern Super Crisp for $49.99?
Bonus camping gear with every case, I'll get 2.
And grab your choice of Bombay Sapphire Gin, Jack Daniel's Whiskey or Chivas Regal 12-year-old 700ml, also just $49.99.
Will do. I'll also grab a bottle of Pepperjack wine. Selected bottles just $19.99.
Yummo. Terms and conditions apply. 1 hour delivery available in selected areas. Just download our app. Catalogue specials out now at bottlemart.com.au.
After speaking to Gamblers Help, 95% of people feel better. So, talk to someone who gets it. Call Gamblers Help. Triple M rocks footy on Melbourne's 105.1.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M! Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for IGA Liquor, where good food deserves a great drop.
Collingwood Bay 32 points at three-quarter time. 8-12-60. Dockers 4-4-28. Red Z lending stats, loans for the self-employed. Ash, what do you got for us?
Yeah, Jordan DeGoey, number 1 ranked player, 20 disposals, 11 score involvements in a major.
And Ash, if I had to say, what do Fremantle have to do here in terms of records to win the game, what would you say to me?
Well, potentially they could break a record. So their greatest deficit in terms of winning from three-quarter time in a final is 28 points. That was Carlton back in the 1945 prelim. Dockers currently trailing by 32, BT.
Ash,
keep it in the millennium, Ash.
Don't water it down, Ash. This has to be the greatest
This would
comeback
be
in the
a
history
record.
of footy.
World record, BT. World record.
Yep.
Let's get down to you, Jay-Z.
BT, the AFL CEO, Gil McLaughlin's down here, fresh off a $4.5 billion record TV deal throughout the week, looking very happy with himself, taking in the atmosphere.
JC, if you could, just give him a tap on the shoulder and say I need a couple of tickets for the SVG next week.
Okay.
Very nice. What do you make of it, guys? You give Fremantle any chance?
Oh, very slim. But they've made no... Oh, no, Aish has gone on ball, so that's a little bit different for them. But they're going to have to dominate clearances and get it forward quickly and get in early so they feel the vibe, Joey.
Yeah, hardly. It's unlikely, unless they play like Collingwood have in fourth quarters and just take the game on, go through the corridor. But it's not their style. They haven't trained it. They haven't played that way all year, so it'd be very difficult. But Collingwood have just been in complete control. They have played a terrific game of footy.
Well, Monday could be his last quarter of AFL footy, starting on the wing, so a little bit different. Aish inside. He might be going to one. He does a little bit of...
He might try and call
probably
Jordan
a little
DeGoey.
bit too late on DeGoey or Crispo.
So here we go, final term. Been a very impressive performance from the Collingwood Footy Club in a big final. What have Freo got here? Cameron down, DeGoey been enormous. End-on-end ball, Clark, fists it, gets behind him. Cleverly done by Mason Cox, it just missed the tap on. Gets through the legs of Brayshaw Crisp. Ginnivan tries to find side bottom, through came Walters, now Mundy. Back to Brayshaw, shovels it to Brodie.
Advantage!
And you heard advantage, so it's taken here, and that's going to work for Moore, who was well placed, although he just spilt the mark, allowing a lob in. Nick Dacos. Noble, and they're away.
The hand's unbelievable, JB. Noble caught in the footy, sometimes try to overuse it and swim outside his lane, but this time we'll have a ball up in the middle of the ground, so it's 60 plays 28.
Stayed out of him.
Right in the diddle of the MCG.
He's got a narrow lane, hasn't he? It just gets a bit wider than it should at times, but Moore again saved the day outnumbered and won the 50-50 contest.
Ball up, Darcy, knocked down. Collingwood got on the end of it through Penrith. David Mundy, game 376. If it is his last game, the 8th of all-time games most played. Amazing effort. Darcy knocking the ball down for Collingwood. They stack on a game and 60-28. Collingwood still try and play explosive footy here, Ross, or not?
Yeah, you don't try and save this. I think you keep sticking to your method, hit the scoreboard and put them away, and then get to a bit of control when you can.
Held in again, this time it's Crisp who hands the ball back, so out the fourth stoppage in the same spot. Mundy comes in, kick partially smothered. DeGoey slapped it from side bottom. Now Maynard. Wide ball. Myercheck came hard at the ball and took it nicely.
DeGoey just put 20 metres on Ace quickly. Again, that spread from the stoppage, Joey.
Inside 50 ball, Cox at the back. Big Mace! Big Mace! Slots it from the pocket. And then the big American arms go out. And they have got this game won, Collingwood, 9-12-66. 304-4-28. Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard.
If they have a celebration off, BT, who does it better, Ginnivan or Mason Cox?
No, Mason Cox has got far more arrogance.
Look at him. He's just kissed his fans and put it up to the sky, and he's still celebrating 30 seconds after the goal, Big Coxie, but that's his 100th goal in his career. So, I mean, it's a great achievement. He's had some significant moments in this footy club, and it looks like he's going to be going into another preliminary final.
He'd know it's his 100th too.
Yeah,
he would.
He would have checked the numbers.
But he's a big game performer, the prelims. He's won a prelim off his own bat virtually against Richmond, wasn't it?
Yeah, 8 contested marks in that game.
And he flushed that kick beautifully. He wasn't phased by, he wasn't rushed by the pressure. So Collingwood kick the first of the last and give them a game high. 38-point lead here now. Out of the middle, Brodie missed the attempted soccer. Dacos went down low to get it, and then some help arrived from him, from Darcy. And we'll throw it, Darcy Cameron, and we'll throw it up again. This time Darcy wins the footy for Fremantle to Mundy. Mundy got it inside 50. Mark almost taken on that occasion by Lowe. Not paid Darcy. Moore squeezed the handball out. Noble's got it in the back pocket. Neat little ball looking and finding Chris. And Chris takes the mark at half back.
Got McCreary on. That gets closed down. And he's got Cox on long and he wants to go there. There's Darcy with him. That's out in the full. So to go to Brendan Cox. It's been a tough night for Freo. They were jumped early and they really haven't been in this game for much of it. Young. Elliott coming hard at this with Ryan. Chops it out, Elliott. Turnover. Little Jamie went to ground, but somehow managed to keep the ball at least in the area. Ryan scooped that back in. Ball up. Great effort, Jamie Elliott.
He's electric, isn't he?
See, when you see efforts like that, he has had hamstring history. Yeah. You go, no.
That round of applause is as good as someone kicking a goal. 90,000 applauding Jamie Elliott's defensive effort.
So a blood rule here, I think, will get a momentary lapse in the play. Darcy Cameron has been asked to leave the ground with a blood nose.
I was just thinking that, Ross, when BT brought up injury. As a coach, when you're sitting in this situation, do you start getting nervous about some of your players' injury? Do you start thinking about Jordan DeGoey and
the 010 prelim with Bulldogs? I think we were 48 up. I think I had 7 on the bench, and they'll say, "We Ross." I said, "I don't care. Sit Hayes down. Sit." I think I left you out there, John.
Yeah, I found it. You found it where you sit in the pecking order, BT. I was still running around out there.
Because DeGoey and Elliott
get them off
are fragile.
Yeah,
with
exactly.
soft tissue.
Yep,
they really are. Get them off, Ross. Trying to get them all off. Was that game in Tassie? No, you didn't take anyone there, I don't think.
When there's only 4 players left on the ground and you're one of them, you got a fair idea.
Doing the heavy lifting.
Pretty dispensable.
The bench reflected the salary cap with a couple of minutes to go.
Ball knocked down here to Mundy. Shove it out the handball to Darcy. Darcy a little one here to Clark. Clark short handball. Brayshaw kicks straight down the throat of Dacos. This is Nick.
And there was a game, it was 3/4 time of the... I said, make this the slowest quarter in the history of the game. They said, Ross, we do that every week.
Nick Dacos goes inside. Cox launched but couldn't get it. Lipinski back to Cox. Right foot inside out on target. Missed the distance and taken by Akers in the defensive goal square.
Takes the game on a little, Akers. He finds Pearce. True half-back flank. He goes corridor. It's good. They've got to keep going here. Cox to Brayshaw. Frederick's on. He'll go there. And he drops a pretty simple mark in the end. And he's got a handball back to Andy Brayshaw. He goes back to Frederick. Now Frederick, a long one. Sonny Walters in good shape. Amos takes the mark and he's got Walters out the back. Goes instead to Griffin Logue, who takes it 35-40 from home slide angle.
Well, probably their best build-up of the game, Fremantle. They still controlled the ball, but at the same time, they were going forward, gave the handball when it was on. They were looking up ahead, and now they get a shot for goal inside 50.
And what reflected Collingwood? They ran from behind the Dockers. Their backs haven't been running and getting some overlap. But if you're not going to give it, they're not going to run.
Got one already, Griffin Logue. And that looks like it's going through. I reckon it is. He's got two. 5-4-34 to 9-12-66. Triple M IJ Liquor scoreboard.
Well, it's a lovely lead at the leg, wasn't it, Joe? He's a super athlete. So if you kick it to his advantage and he's on the burst, it's very difficult to stop. So he's really a backman that's playing forward, but he's making the most of his opportunities tonight. I'd be pleased with what he's dished up.
Yeah, and here's another one. There's a lot of players out here for Fremantle, not sure whether their future is at the footy club or somewhere else. It's going to be a different team for the Dockers next year. But the one I have liked, Ross, has been young Jai Amos. I know he made a couple of mistakes with his kicking early, but at least he was taking the game on. He's won contest. I mean, he's playing his third game, second in a final, and he looks like he's going to be a player to build around in the future.
Yeah, it looks very competent. And same as O'Driscoll. They'll only grow from this, these kids.
32-point margin, 15 and a half minutes. Sounds like the boys in the back row have given up. I'm telling you, there's just a little snifter there with that goal, Joey, and I'm just thinking you're giving them away too easy.
Number one rule in commentary, BT, game's never over.
Yeah, no, I think this is well and truly alive, BT.
Yep. I will ask you when they kick the next goal in a minute whether you have any sense of occasion at all. Here's Noble, handball to Degoe. That's not a deliberate kick from Degoe. Dacos's handball went out the back door to the wrong team. Spills now to Brayshaw. Brayshaw sets a target here for Schultz. Gathers, kept it in play, over the head. Walters the opportunity to mark, couldn't get it. Pendlebury in the tackle, still had the awareness to find Noble with the handball. Did it well, got it to Dacos. Dacos gives it to Maynard. Maynard at half back, thought about squirting the kick back inside. Couple of bounces, gets to the bench, now hammers the ball deep and long here in front. And the mark is taken by Johnson.
Just outside 50, Crisp is just inside 50, and his work rate has been extraordinary. He takes this 45 from home, 40 from home.
He summed that up. He's run all day. He's overlap run, defence, attack. He's done it all.
And this to answer the Griffin Logue goal and to get Collingwood back to something even more comfortable.
He's been a revelation in the midfield this year. Sat at half back the last few years.
For his second goal of the game. Jack Crisp loves it, loves it. Oh, and then the double cobra. He went a double. They're having a celebration off Collingwood. 10-12-72 to 5-4-34. Triple M IJ Liquor scoreboard.
Gee, it makes it hard now for Freo BT.
Yeah, a little hard.
I'm just starting to worry now they might not be able to get back in this one. But Jack Crisp, what a game he's played in all honesty. 19 disposals, 5 clearances, 5 tackles, 2 goals. He's run and spread, as Rossi's saying. He's been electric right from the start. It's just been wonderful to see his performance along with Jordan Degoe. Scotty Pendlebury, who was red hot in the first quarter, had some nice moments, and they will go into the prelim chock full of confidence next week, this Pies side.
How's Nick Dacos going in his first year?
Yes.
Second most disposals on the ground again. Geez, a special young player.
Just Jeremy Howe, 12 intercept disposals. I think Stephen May last week had the record in a final with 16. And Jeremy Howe's just quietly racked up 12.
Well, we spoke about the battle of the backlines, didn't we? Howe and Moore versus Ryan and Cox. Well, the Pies have won that comprehensively.
And I reckon Nick Dacos, Ross, has driven Josh to do better as well, and he's got even better this year than he was last. And the kick forward is taken here by Walters, and Walters will have a shot at goal. 35 metres out, almost directly in front.
I'd agree with that, BT. Josh is a much improved player, isn't he? They combine well. It's like the Cracker brothers. They know where each other is.
Yeah, they certainly work for each other.
15 gone.
Walters to have the shot at goal here. Has one to his name. Kick of about 40 metres. On the way at the city end, a little bit left. And just no, it's a goal. He's got it. He has got it, Walters. So 6-4-40. Trailing Collingwood 10-12-72 on the IJ Liquor scoreboard. Walters has got a couple.
Well, there's time. There is time. What I like is they haven't given up. They're whacking away and they're going to the end. And he's always been a lovely finisher, Michael Walters. Strong overhead. He's all class. And As he's got some opportunities, he's looked dangerous in this game.
30 majors from 13 finals, Mike Walters. 7 from 13 finals. He's kicked 3 goals in a game.
Just the 34 inside 50s, though, for Fremantle in this contest. So Collingwood's team defence, it's been perfect for most of the game. Fremantle haven't helped themselves at times, but Collingwood will be really pleased, both sides of the ball, what they've done.
Give us something strong, Ash. That was really pissy weak.
You didn't like it, Peter?
No. Yeah, I was a bit confused by myself.
Yeah. We're back in the middle. Brayshaw, Lipinski. Lipinski went off the deck. Worked it forward to McCreary. Young did well. Brodie just got taken in a tackle. Inched it forward off the shin. There is Nick Dacos. Quaynor had the handball broken out of his hands. Switkowski, nothing. Noble wrapped up and just looking at Josh Dacos there as a former Claremont man, Roscoe. Just be careful mentioning the Cracker brothers in any context. They had the fullest trick bag.
They had them all.
And
if you upset them, they can put you to sleep quick.
Jimmy, especially as Chris comes away.
That left hook
has a bounce, streaming through the middle. Best on Crisp, long ball. Ginnivan nearly gloved it. Now they can assume some defensive positioning here, Freo, but Ginnivan very nearly with a really exciting mark. Sarong, handball wasn't great for him. Ginnivan closes him down. That was no good. Chris broke it up in the air and then Murphy wobbled it inside 50. Chapman, nice and controlled.
They're rolling the dice here, Freo. They are letting it all hang out. They are trying absolutely everything. Chapman now, handball, went straight to Quaynor and he's been dealt a blow with a free kick again. Spills to Young. Young goes wide. Here, a bit of a fumble from Schultz. Loses about 5 metres. 2 Collingwood players come at him. Kicked it too high for Switkowski. Moore came from nowhere and spoiled, much to the delight of the Collingwood fan. And then he stuffed up the bouncing ball. Got it back to Switkowski. Off the ground it comes to Frederick. Clean pick up and he's away to goal. Frederick goes and nails it. He misses.
Gee whiz, he had Shawnee Darcy all through in the lead, Joe. He just had to keep his composure. A little layup would have been like shelling peas. What do you think?
Goal review here. He's called it a behind.
Review underway.
He's not sure which side of the post it went on.
That's a grab, isn't it?
Composure was the key word, though. They're Fremantle are out everywhere, but a couple of fumbles from Schultz and then
Review
a
complete.
poor kick.
Looking at this angle, we
fumble
can see
from
the ball was
Switkowski.
controlled before crossing the scoring line. Decision on the scoreboard.
There'll be no behind. It'll be paid as a mark here.
How good was Darcy Moore coming forward to defend? Incredible. What an athlete. 2 metres of just pure athleticism.
So a 32-point margin here in favour of Collingwood with 12 minutes remaining on the clock. Murphy in the back line's the free kick and kicks short to Nick Dacos. He kicks it back to Murphy in the other pocket. Murphy just steals a little bit of ground to Quaynor, but hugging the boundary line as they go down the south end, heading towards the punt road. Quaynor says, go down there, fellas, I'm going to kick it long and parallel with the boundary line. High ball it is, very, very high ball. Johnson's come up the ground. Couldn't win it out the back door. Mundy got it off here to Cox. Caught with a footy, free kick, Collingwood.
Been superb in the last couple of months, Jamie Elliott. Over the top, Hoskin Elliott. And a short one to Bianco. So they'll go to Sydney and into a prelim. Unless something extraordinary happens, Bianco goes for Johnson. Good mark in front of Clark.
And that game's on a Saturday night, JB.
55 from home, the dumping kick. Ginnivan. Walker had no idea where he was and just allowed pretty much an uncontested chest mark for Jack Ginnivan. And we are on celebration watch.
Yes.
What's he got, this little man? Who's not that little.
Yeah, he's 6 foot, 183.
Yep.
Kick 2 in this game.
So, Jack Ginnivan. Set shot. Is there. He loves it. They get around him. 6'4", 40, 11, 12, 78.
They get around him to stop him celebrating. They've held him in the huddle.
3 on the night for Ginnivan. And they increase their lead here, Collingwood.
I reckon all the
Well, Johnson's mark was uncanny, wasn't it?
he's
Out of position, and the arms. What is it, Joey? The arms go up late.
Yeah, and long and straight long arms. He's a real athlete. Brody Mychek with massive rap for him. And then Ginnivan just keeps on kicking goals. That's what he does, the kid. 39 goals for the year. He's been really efficient in front of the sticks all season.
You mentioned Jamie Elliott before. He leads the club for tackles inside 50. Number 1 in the AFL for pressure acts inside the attacking 50. 7 tackles this evening, the most on the ground, along with his 14 touches and 2 majors.
Right, Ross, you've got 10 minutes left. You're 38 up. You're going to win the game. Are you, as a coach, taking off anyone in this game?
I got DeGoey off. I got Elliott off. I got Moore off. Okay. And Pendlebury, I think.
Out of the middle come the Fremantle Dockers. Brody got a handball to Mundy. Perhaps his last goal in football. Mundy's nailed it. Got it. David Mundy in game 376. Gets a lot of congratulations from his teammate because I think they know what is about to end. And Fremantle get one back. 7-4-46 to Collingwood 11-12-78.
And I'll tell you the other thing I'm doing. I'm telling the football manager, I don't care about the $20,000 fine. We're subbing one out. We're putting the fresh bloke on.
Yep.
But Mundy's been a really, really special player. Some of the performances I got to experience with him, the privilege of coaching him in big games, and he was tough and he was skillful and just a wonderful person on and off the field.
Very modest guy. You don't hear much from him, do you?
No, a lot of humility.
Yep.
A lot of people speak humble, but he acts humble.
Yeah.
Amazing, and continued his education, built his life. He'll have a smooth. I'm sure they'll keep him involved in that club. You want to keep great people around.
Brilliant running goal from David Mundy. And he tries to get on the end of this as well. Dacos came through, and Cox was claimed in the tackle.
Just having a look at that prelim final, Ross Lyon was talking about fourth quarter players that spent a lot of time on the bench. Dalsano, Rewalt, Goddard, Hayes and Michael Gardner. I'm trying to find my name. I played about 90% game time that last quarter.
Go to 100%. Go, Joey.
Yeah, Jason Blake, Rob Eddy, Clint Jones all played 100%.
I remember we had 7 on the bench and they're going off their heads. Bulldogs getting goal after goal. Said it doesn't matter, we're 50 up.
Side bottom.
Play on.
But JB, seriously, DeGoey and Elliott have to come off.
Good mark.
I'm with you, BT.
By Cox in defence.
Play on.
So Cox goes backwards here to Ryan. And particularly now that Fremantle, it looks like, aren't trying to win the game. They're just trying to get through the game. They are down, what is it, Ash, 32?
32.
32 points here at the moment. Outright is low, takes the mark. Peels off the handball to the running Walker. Walker's kick is cut off in the middle of the ground here by Pendlebury, and he's caught high by David Mundy. He'll get the free. The 2 old 350 gamer pluses.
And you could practice icing the game here.
That's right.
Kick mark only.
Let's take the sting out of it now. Don't need to do anything silly here, Collingwood.
Go back to Howe.
Trainer and Bianco.
Stand.
And Bianco, Joey, does Bianco play next week? He came into the side this week. There's no one coming back. Does he play again, or is there someone else? Their emergencies were, I think they had Kruger. They had Henry.
Yeah, I can't see any reason. Can't see any reason to change this 22 at the moment.
Carmichael, who was the sub today. Up they go, looking for an attacking option here. Bianco, having just mentioned his name, went for the soccer and missed it completely. Pendlebury's got a little handball out the back. Spills only as far as Sarong. Been a quietish day for him. Comes back to Brody. Brody now gives it off to Walker. Walker's kick is a little ugly along the ground, but they keep it moving here, the Dockers. Handball back into the middle of the ground. They've found a bit of space looking for Young. Missed him. McCreary, JB mops up at centre half back.
Got lots of time and space back here, Collingwood. Murphy, Howe. And the question then is, are they capable of upsetting Sydney in Sydney, Collingwood?
Oh, 100%. Sydney are in red-hot form, but they would have played, one game in 3 weeks. And this is a flint-hard, ferocious pressure team. So I think I heard Tony Shaw say, if you bring enough pressure and enough heat, you can bend and break anything. So I think that's where it sits.
Side bottom. Down the line ball. Darcy, it gets beyond him to go. He's been superb. Darcy picked it up, wobbled it forward. Maynard always focusing on the footy.
So Grundy's no chance, is he? Is he long-term rehab? Or?
No, he's out.
Down.
Yeah. So Hickey was BOG last time they played virtually, so the ruckman will be doing some research on him.
Side bottom, uncontested Marwell.
They wouldn't think about using Kruger, would they, Joey, as a part-time ruckman?
No, I don't think so. I think they're pretty happy with this 22 they've got.
Okay. Side bottom. See, there'll be a fitness guy sitting down on the bench with a computer, and because it's not flashing red, he won't take Elliott or DeGoey off.
Correct.
And that's all he knows about it, his computer. Here's Myercheck trying to get boot to ball. No go. Picked up by Elliott, crunching the tackle. We might well have a ball up here, we will. This is where the coaches should overrule, JB. They should say to the fitness guy, I am sorry, I don't give a stuff what your computer says.
You probably say it a bit fiercer than that.
Yes.
Stuff the rotation station, get him off.
Exactly. Ball up, goal square, Collingwood. Punt road in, handball Young. Young sticks it down the throat of Hoskin Elliott. He'll milk the 30 seconds and have a shot from 30 out directly in front.
I've liked his game tonight. I think he's had quality touches, won the ball in dangerous spots. Play with immense talent. Just haven't quite got the best out of him.
Jay-Z will give you one last guess at the crowd if you like.
90,300 BT.
I'll up you. I'll go 90,600. So Hoskin Elliott now, directly in front of goal. This is one they'll love. He gets it. No, miss. 11-13-79 to the Dockers, 7-4-46. Been the order of the day of Collingwood misses. How many misses today, Ash, from set shots, do you know?
Yeah, I do, BT. 5-4 from set shots, but 6-7 from general play.
So could have made an awful mess of Freo if they'd kicked accurately. To the back, Noble. Nick Dacos. What about the performance of Fly McRae? 17th to a prelim.
Outstanding. He's coach of the year, isn't he?
Has to be.
Look, they did have some injuries last year and the young players got a bit more, but a complete change in style of play.
O'Driscoll long. Lots of flyers. Amos one of them. Darcy end on end. Gets past Quainer. It's a 1v1 here. And that'll work. That'll work for Roy Fredericks, who jams it through. Consolation goal late for number 32.
Jay-Z, just what we've got to break in the play here. I know we want to tell us who might be departing Fremantle this year.
Yeah, there'll be 3 changes that I suspect, BT. Griffin Logue, potentially to North Melbourne. Blake Acres has got strong interest from Carlton, and also Rory Lobb, the Western Bulldogs, very keen on him. Of course, Fremantle expected still to snare Luke Jackson from Melbourne, but I suspect there'll be a couple of players to depart also.
Well, Lobb contracted. I don't think he's any guarantee to get where he wants to go. What do you think? It would be a big trade period. How about
Seems
Logue?
a lot of clubs will be active. Logue, I don't think's given an answer yet on what he wants to do.
Do they want to keep him, or they're happy for him to go?
I think they'd like to keep Logue as well. Griffin Logue.
So back in the middle. Knock down here for Freo. Pendlebury in the middle trying to grab hold of it and just hold it up, and he does.
Well, it was a pick 7 for them in 2016, I think, at the end. And they've invested a lot of time for him. Hasn't come on like Cox and Ryan and those sort of guys, though, Joey, has he?
No, well, that's right. He's out of the pecking order. That's why he's moved forward second half of the season.
27-point margin. Cox polishing his glasses on the bench. He's saying to the coach, I'm one of the important ones here. I don't need to go back on. And I'm thinking, oh, boy. There's an opportunity for Crisp on his right foot, the non-preferred side. Ball knocked down here. Ash Johnson's got to go, and he does, but Fremantle's Brayshaw's there to relieve the pressure. It spills to Aish. Aish a dashing run here to Clark. Clark through the middle of the ground, went sideways with the ball when they need to go forward. It goes backwards, in fact, to Akers. Akers picks up the footy now. Long ball down in the lob direction. Howe got interrupted in his run. Umpire calls play on. Out the back it comes to Fredericks. Fredericks from the boundary line. In the 50 metres out, he's kicked a ripping goal.
What the hell?
He's got a couple in a row, has Fredericks. And he trims it back to a 21-point margin here with 3 minutes and 43 seconds left.
Hey, Roy Frederick, have a go at him.
Well, he sort of mongreled that through.
Didn't he just?
I mean, wasn't it?
I mean, credit to them. They've left it a little bit too late, but they are playing to the death, which is what you want to see. They haven't thrown in the towel. Been a strong final quarter.
5-2 last quarter, Joey.
Yeah. If they had maybe just gone a bit earlier with this sort of mode, that they might have just given themselves a sniff, but Collingwood have been able to still control the game, and now once it's sort of the sting taken out of it, they've been able to get some consolation goals. But you talk about the prelim next week, JB, it'll be one game in 27 days by the time next Saturday night rolls around for the Sydney Swans. So they'd want to have trained hard and be match hardened, because Collingwood are going to throw everything at them in the first half.
You wouldn't want to
ready.
pinch their wallet, Collingwood. They chase you to the moon, right? They're ferocious.
De Goey's been superb. Sarong pickpocket. Here we go. Inside 50. Was there a push from the Bros? Nothing from the umpire, and it's out very deep in the Freo forward end. We've got 3.5 left. They're too far back. But they are playing this game out, which is to be admired.
And not even Collingwood could beat Collingwood from here if they played the way they have this season, kicking 4 goals in 3 minutes.
And the ball in. Cox to the front. Andy Brayshaw got the handball away to Sarong. His kick was partially smothered.
Handball.
Cox to Noble. Noble just bashes it forward. Young got a little arm in there. Aish around the body. Walters a fly. Pendlebury with so much composure. Handball to Quainer.
The running Quainer just as it off wide to Lipinski. He goes wider to side bottom, and side bottom will slow this down. 3 minutes left. The sign's been held up on the Collingwood bench, indicating that 3 minutes. And side bottom just wanting to chip the ball around from here to Quainer. And Quainer's taken the mark at half back.
Yeah, that was the experience. Collingwood started to charge down the ground. It was side bottom who peeled sideways and said, whoa, 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 whoa. Let's just go sideways. Yeah, that's it.
He's getting the exact time off the bench now as he speaks to them. To go, he's got the ball on the wing here, right in front of the Collingwood bench. A high footy, trying to mark it as Ash Johnson spills to side bottom. He's happy with the boundary. It goes over the line out of bounds. We'll throw it into the half forward.
So,
Collingwood.
what about Freo, Ross? Winning a final this year is a tick.
Oh, massive tick.
Step forward.
Massive tick. I think the young kids will learn and grow, will really fuel their desire to put in the work over summer. And they've got young leaders. We know Brayshaw and Sarong are quality. I think they'll lead them to a flag at some point. They're just going to keep building.
And this is a great experience. A final in front of 90,000 at the MCG. To the front, O'Driscoll's taken in a good Maynard tackle.
In saying that, a lot of them didn't handle the heat tonight. So, you know what? More training under pressure. You train as you play. They've taken steps forward, but they can improve again.
Sarong's one of those players who's had a really big year. Dumps it forward, gets to the back and more. Howe lost his footing. And that underground ball sort of works to Pendlebury as a rare fumble, and happy to see it over.
And I think what you're seeing here, JB, is as the pressures come off, you're starting to see the talent and the speed and the skill they've got. So they've just got to be able to execute it in tighter spaces in finals and build those big bodies, because they have been pushed around tonight.
Official attendance today, 90,612 in the house. Collingwood are going to go next Saturday afternoon, 4:45, and they're going to play Sydney at the SCG. Fremantle will look forward to the pre-season. High footy as they go inside 50 again. Big punch from Moore, who's had a superb day today, Ash. Darcy Moore, back it up with some numbers.
Yeah, 15 disposals, 100% by foot. He's also had 8 intercept possessions as well.
And he had a ripper last week, didn't he, on Hawkins? Is that right?
Yeah, last week, spot on, Ross. He racked up 21 touches, 10 marks, 7 intercept.
Injury throw in here. Fremantle forward attacking zone. Darcy got it to Lobb. Lobb had a flying shot around the corner. Got good distance with the kick around the corner. And that goes through for the behind. So 59-79. That's a 20-point margin with 1:22 remaining in the game.
It's got a bit of flattering about it.
Yeah, a fair bit. Yeah, this is a 40 to 50 point mark.
24 shots to 14.
Yeah. Collingwood don't care. They just got to advance, and they have. And flag mantle ain't happening. Good mark, Cox. But lots to build on for Freo.
And I think strategically they plan really well, Collingwood. Let them have it up the field, turn around and get back, and they'll go slow and we'll get organised. So strategically a big tick.
Long one for Brennan Cox. Myercheck allowed it to come to ground and then fell on top of it, and 43 seconds left.
Collingwood have won 13 of their last 15 games that they've played. Their losses coming to Sydney a couple of weeks ago and the Cats. Well, 2 of the best sides left in it.
Yeah.
So ball up here, Clark. to Brayshaw. An epic day, a huge day. Footy's back, another 90,000 crowd here. It's been unbelievable, the crowds and the games of finals football there's been. Crisp kept it alive. Fremantle have come to a large stadium today as distinct from a little haunt hole. As now it's knocked forward for Dacos. He tries to gather the ball and they wear him like a glove. Aces basically planting him. In fact, it's Bianco on the bottom. And we will have a ball up with 12 seconds remaining in the game, JB.
So they're through, Collingwood. It's been an unbelievable performance from Craig McRae. Second last year. And they are playing in a prelim final in Sydney as O'Driscoll comes through, kicks to a 1v3. Howe takes a mark, well, should have, but there we are. Collingwood are through to a prelim final in Sydney. What a season, what a run they've had.
Collingwood forever. They know how to play the game. Side by side they stick together to uphold the Magpies' name. See the barricades are shouting as all barricades shout. Oh, the premiership's a cakewalk for the good old Collingwood.
Lots of Collingwood players getting to David Mundy, and so they should. What a star of the game he's been. And a glittering career comes to a close. 19 years, is that right? I think I'm right.
Yeah, 19 seasons.
19 seasons.
It's exhausting just thinking about it.
And even the flights. I fly to Perth once a year and I hated it, let alone every second week.
He's the only player in AFL history to clock up more than a million kilometres.
It's a lot of freaking flies.
An economy for a lot of that, Joe, until he started upgrading the business.
He's been a beauty.
Oh, look, all class. Like, he just...
JB's done $1 million in business class.
Yes, I have. and every now and then up even further. No, he's a champion. And like I talked to Andy about him, Roscoe, he absolutely loves him.
Yeah, look, he's so level and regulated in his emotion, you know, and you just want to be trusted and relied upon. And he's one of those guys. And that's what footy clubs are built on, trust and reliability. And he delivered in spades. He started as a half-back, went into midfield. Gee, his ability to kick the goal after the siren 2 years in a row against the Tigers, he was just clutch.
Yeah, we're talking about him because Collingwood fans listening, there is lots of time to not only discuss where you're at now, but this next week and a look at a grand final. What
about the finals played at the MCG this year, JB? 78,000 Melbourne, Sydney. Geelong, Collingwood 91, Melbourne, Brisbane 62, Collingwood, Fremantle 90. So an average over the 4 games of 81,000 people.
Yep.
And there's his lovely wife on screen, Sally Mundy in tears. But COVID's it's almost in the rear vision mirror now, JB,
good.
Isn't it?
That's good.
We went the competition in Australia, we went to hell and back, and particularly Victoria. But to see our city alive again and football alive brings a great warmth to us all.
All right, we're going to get to a break and come back to wrap up what's been a magnificent Collingwood win. As David Mundy chats to his kids and his wife, it's a closing chapter for one of the champions of the game. Back after this to finish at the MCG for Ream Hot Water McDonald's. Triple M Rocks Footy.
That quarter for IGA Liquor, where good food deserves a great drop.
For Ream Hot Water,
Triple M Rocks Footy.
Built tough for Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, ask your plumber to install a Ream.
Hi, it's Marty Sheargold. Right now, Triple M Rocks Footy, and we're back on Monday, and at 8:30 we'll wrap up the round with Scott Pendlebury. Hello, Brett.
I'm a St Kilda supporter.
Yep.
St Kilda at the moment, it's like the box of chocolates on Forest Gump. You don't know what you're going to get till you open it up on the game.
Okay.
Good on you, Brett.
I love that,
Nice.
Brett, because you've just butchered one of the great quotes. And I was with you.
The Marty Sheargold Show. Weekdays from 6 on Melbourne's 105.1 Triple M. After speaking to Gamblers Help, 95% of people feel better. So, talk to someone who gets it. Call Gamblers Help. Triple M Rocks Footy on Melbourne's 105.1.
You are out of beer. Fridge.
Ha, lucky I'm headed to Bottle Mart.
Legend, can you grab a 30-pack of Great Northern Super Crisp for $49.99?
Bonus camping gear with every case, I'll get 2.
And grab your choice of Bombay Sapphire Gin, Jack Daniel's Whiskey or Chivas Regal 12-year-old 700ml, also just $49.99.
Will do. I'll also grab a bottle of Pepperjack wine. Selected bottles just $19.99.
Yummo. Terms and conditions apply. 1 hour delivery available in selected areas. Just download our app. Catalogue specials out now at bottlemart.com.au.
G'day, Adam Gilchrist here. Treating people fairly has always been important to me, both on and off the field, which is why I'm a big fan of homeloans.com.au. Their Fair Go guarantee means all customers, not just new ones, get automatically upgraded to the best rate available for their particular home loan. Guaranteed. Can't get much fairer than that. So, say no thanks to the big banks. Get the best rates and a fair go at homeloans.com.au. T's, C's and credit criteria apply.
Your business has tax debt. Cash flow is tricky. Profit is hard to obtain. It's just all too hard. So you put your head down, keep going, and hope the problems will go away. But you know they won't. They'll only get worse. Clean up your business once and for all. Call Your Business Angels on 1300 982 559. Your Business Angels. Repair the past, rescue the future.
Legends making legends at Builders Academy.
Campbell Brown here with Andrew Shea, CEO of Builders Academy. Andrew, Builders Academy have won multiple training awards recently. Tell me, what's the secret?
Thanks, Brownie. We're really proud to have had over 8,000 graduates. We offer online, classroom-based and worksite training, and most of our students are able to study with subsidies from the Victorian Government. We're really proud of our industry-leading completion rates and the outcomes we help our students achieve to become registered building legends.
Thanks, Andrew. Get in touch with Builders Academy on 1300 Legend.
Legends making legends at Builders Academy.
RTO 21583. While truckies support Australia, Shell has been supporting truckies since 1901, making road transport easier, safer and more efficient. And for Shell card holders, we're making it more economical as well. Talk to us today about a fuel discount for your business and save every time you refuel. It doesn't matter if you run one truck or a whole fleet. All you need is a valid ABN to apply for your Shell card now at shell.com.au/truck network.
Hello, Frank Walker from National Tiles. National Tiles is the only tile company in Australia to offer a lifetime guarantee on all our tiles. Yes, all National Tiles come with our exclusive lifetime guarantee. So don't risk it. Insist that your tiles are National Tiles to ensure you're covered by our exclusive lifetime guarantee. National Tiles, Australia's only lifetime guarantee tile company. Conditions apply.
Oh, can you scooch over?
No, you scooch over.
No, you scooch over.
Oh, you got room for one more?
Come on now.
Fitting 5 mates on a 3-seater sofa. Unbelievable. Grab a furphy with your mates this footy finals.
After speaking to Gamblers Help, 95% of people feel better. So, talk to someone who gets it. Call Gamblers Help. Triple M rocks footy on Melbourne's 105.1.
The footy's on Triple M.
Triple M rocks footy.
The Triple M Footy Review. Amy. Who covers clangers? Amy does. Lucky you're with Amy.
Welcome back to the Triple M CG. Collingwood have had a massive victory over the Fremantle Dockers and have launched themselves into a prelim final where they'll take on Sydney next Saturday afternoon in Sydney at the SCG for an opportunity to play in the grand final. Geelong take on Brisbane Friday night. The finals are set. Anything else to add to that, Ash?
Well, Collingwood, third prelim BT inside 5 years. That's a fair effort. Remember, they finished 17th last year, recording only 6 wins.
Interesting.
So last year, fair to say, was just a blip? Like, was that just a one-off down year?
Yep, semi-blip, yep.
So yeah, but I think they had injuries, but they'd over-controlled the ball, hadn't they? They've gone real slow, and the rules have allowed you to now play an up-tempo Grant. Steve Hocking, all credit to him.
Yep. So they have man-on-the-mark rules had a big effect on that. So Collingwood just doing their little bit of celebrating here with the supporters after. During the break, we saw David Mundy farewell by both teams.
Yeah, it was great, really well done. Crowd gave him the respect he deserves. Standing ovation for David Mundy, absolute one of the greats of the game. his final game. We mentioned a few other Fremantle players most likely to change clubs, but Collingwood on to bigger and better things. Such a well-balanced performance, I thought, from them. Contest and clearance game, their offence and their ability to defend. I thought they ticked all three boxes, and they should be going up to Sydney next Saturday chock full of confidence.
Ash, bore the shit out of us with some stats, please.
Jeez, Brett Zedder going to appreciate that.
No, they're lovely stats.
They are, aren't they? And they're good stats.
Come on, Dexter.
No, but Jordan Gary.
I like your stats, Stu. I'm a stat. I like it.
BT's the only one who doesn't embrace it.
The numbers don't lie.
Yeah, that's
7
exactly
and 8
right.
attack defence, but that's how it played out.
Well, the pressure rating, BT, I'll go through that if you like.
What was it? No, what was it?
The pressure rating, Collingwood, as you know, they're ranked very highly this year.
Stand your ground, Stu.
Yeah, I will.
You're a bit nervous under pressure, stand up.
173.
Well, until we know what it's out of, how do we know what the pressure
I'll give you a bell over the summer. We'll have a cup of coffee. We'll have a chat out at Lawn BT. 173, but they're number one for pressure in the front half, Collingwood. But Jordan De Goey, number one ranked player on the ground, 24 disposals, 12 score involvements, throw in 5 centre clearances as well. Kicked a major. Nick Dacos in his first year, leading ball winner for the Maggies with 25 disposals. And flicking over
He had the bib on.
Yeah, and Sarongi battled hard. He had 34 touches. Brayshaw racked up 32. And Akers, he had 27, which was the third most for the Dockers.
And Ash, if there were any changes, who are the emergencies today for the Collingwood Football Club that missed out? They're obviously the ones that are closest to getting a game.
The medical sub was Carmichael. Then the emergencies were Kruger, who played last week. Oliver Henry hasn't played for quite some time.
Good player.
Callum Brown, he's only played 6 games for the year.
So no changes, Joey?
I think that's their 23 they'll take next week. As you see, you look at the like Ash Johnson and McCreary had sort of low-key games, but they're important the way that Collingwood structure up. They don't need to get a lot of possessions, and everyone else played their role. So, no, I think they go with the same team next week.
And I'll tell you what you do at match simulation if you find McRae. You walk up to those subs and you go, if you go anywhere near our good players in this session, son, we'll have a serious conversation.
Absolutely. All right, well, Collingwood are just leaving the ground now. We're going to go down into the rooms for the song. I believe we've got a chat coming up with Scott Pendlebury through Jay-Z very, very shortly as well. So we look forward to that. What do you see looking ahead very briefly, if you had a paragraph on each about next week's Sydney-Collingwood game? Just off the cuff, what do you think it's going to be like or means?
Well, I think Collingwood's first quarter summed it up. If they just take the game on and play with that sort of all-out assault from half-back when they get the opportunity, they'll challenge the Sydney Swans, but then they can also lock the ball in their front half. It's going to be a great game. I think sitting here right now, Ross, I'm 50-50.
Yeah,
I think it's a hard to split.
Well, what happened last time, Sydney's midfield got hold of Collingwood's. They put Maynard in there, they put Dacos in there. They quite didn't get it done. So Chris and that are in good form. So the return bout should be good. The other thing, the Sydney forwards were incredible putting on pressure last time. And Collingwood spoke about, you know, we collapsed inside to the contest and we couldn't get the ball outside. So they'll be focusing on their shape against the Sydney Swans to be able to exit the ball.
Down into the Collingwood rooms.
Yes, BT, very excited bunch of family and friends here as the Collingwood players come in. Jack Cripps grabs his little daughter. There's high fives everywhere, pats on the back. Jack Ginnivan straight up to Lee Matthews, gets a big hug from Lee. I see David Noble here, father of John, of course, former North Melbourne coach. I see Matthew Wade here, the Australian cricket wicket keeper. He's up the back there as well. So, gee, the joy and jubilation in this Collingwood rooms, can you believe it? Second last season. Now a preliminary final.
What are they doing, a quiet song?
Yeah, they do a little
what's going on?
So Lee Matthews in there.
What's Lee
What's
doing?
Lethal doing in
Channel 7.
Oh, okay.
Jeepers.
They do a speech.
Jack Ginnivan with a big hug.
What are they doing, Jay-Z? Describe what you're doing. Jay-Z, you've got 30 seconds to get Scott Pendlebury, otherwise we're going.
That's it. Hurry up, Jay-Z.
Okay. Come on, Jay-Z. You've got 30 seconds, mate. Otherwise, he's all over the place. I know he wants to lick his fingers.
This is our time.
Well, I think we rephrased that Lee Matthews gave Ginnivan a hug. I reckon Ginnivan had the confidence over.
Here he is. Go ahead, Jay.
Yes, we got the captain of Collingwood, inspirational skipper Scotty Pendlebury, 24 possessions, 15 contested, 5 clearances. You're through to another preliminary final. Will you be a proud skipper tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. Very exciting. You're always a bit buggered at the moment when you walk straight off, but yeah, we'll enjoy this one for what it is, and then we'll project forward to what's to come in Sydney.
You have to tell us why the quieting down at the start of the song. I've always wondered, there's a big thing, got to be quiet first, and then someone starts it. What's going on there?
It's because usually too many people are talking and trying to start it out in the general public. So we like to keep it nice and quiet, everyone pay a bit of respect, and then off we go when Steele's ready.
Congratulations, Pendles. Terrific performance. Thought the game was set up in the first quarter, really. The all-out assault, particularly from half-back, and just the aggressive nature you played, was that sort of a bit of a plan, or did it just unfold early that the boys from half-back in particular were just prepared to run and take the game on?
Yeah, well, I think if we set up well defensively and win the ball back, we don't want to be boring when we do get it back, because when you win it back off turnover, you usually have numbers around where you turn it over, or you've got numbers further in front of you. So we just wanted to attack the game, and I feel like we capitalised this week really well. Kicking 4 straight in the first quarter, opposed to 1 goal 3, puts a little bit of a gap in the game, and then it also enhances the things you're doing to keep doing them really well.
Scotty, we really noticed you accentuated not standing the mark. The defenders almost let their forward go, and they turned around, and you just had that extra spare, and Fremantle almost spooked by it and just went slow and slow. Was that a more emphasis on it in this game against Fremantle because of the way they used the ball?
Yeah, well, they like to always try and find the next one, short kick, and we wanted to make it hard for them, so we wanted to compress the ground as much as we could, and then if we did get caught out though, we didn't want to get sucked up on the mark, because if you stand on the mark effectively now, you're out of the game, so we wanted to get off that and then be able to still contribute to team defence.
Hey, what about Scotty, Jack Crisp? He would have to be one of the most consistent players I've ever seen since arriving at Collingwood. I think the 10 years he's been there, he's been top 5 in your best and fairest. What an amazing game he had tonight. Yeah, he was sensational too, and topped it off with a couple of goals, but those passages of play when he's running through the middle, taking 4 or 5 bounces, he's so quick, and he does it multiple times, and it's just great playing with him, because you know what you're going to get every week. He turns up and he gives great effort. And his partner in crime, Jordan De Goey, just a word on him, mate. We thought he was outstanding again 2 weeks in a row. Yeah, especially around the centre clearances. He provides that big body for us, and he's so strong and physical, and I thought earlier he was sensational and really smart using the ball going inside 50 as well, and it's great. It's been great having him back up and going. Congratulations, Scotty. We'll let Jay-Z go an ice sharp, mate. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Very nice, Scotty. Penalty down.
Got to surgically remove himself from Jay-Z.
All right, JB, wrap it up.
It gives him a perpetual drying. He's trying to walk off, and Jay-Z's coming after him. The whole frame. Very nice winning by Collingwood. Congratulations to them. Fantastic performance. They're through to a prelim. Well done, Roscoe. Great to see you, of course. Ross the boss.
Thanks for the invite, JB. Loved it.
Well done, Lee Montagna.
Thank you, JB. Well done, BT.
JC and Ash and BT and the boys in the back of the room. Jason. Old Mumsy Rabbits, who's got a stiffy I can see from the moon. He's that bloody, look at him, the old Collingwood bogan. All right, we're off. Really good winning by the Magpies for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks Footy.